I guess I should intro the video, but like I don't want to. That's right, I'm farming a YouTube video today. So anyways. You know what, Sonic CD, pretty good soundtrack. That's what I'm using for the soundtrack. If you didn't catch up on that, I'm using Sonic CD. Palm Tree Panic, maybe? You can see how much I don't want to do this video, but I think it's a good video, so I'm doing it. Because I'm just stalling. Stall, baby. Let's go. Because I don't want to be mean, but at the same time, Andrew Tate kind of deserves it. He has made an entire generation of 14-year-old boys go back to the kitchen to their mom, who is working 2 jobs, to, you know, give them a phone. Not that I ever had that, but... Well, my mom was the one who was working most of the time. Alright, I guess I should start the video. Wait, I need to do this. I need to stall a little bit more. I was supposed to do this stream like last night, but... yeah. So... alright. Let's get set up to do the intro. Andrew Tate has been one of the most divisive figures in today's politics. You may know him as that person that 14-year-old boys credit as... fuck. Redo. I'm not a one-take Jake. I'm a human being, goddammit. Andrew Tate is one of the most biggest, juiciest, fattest content creators of the past couple of weeks. And you might know him as that person that makes your 14-year-old cousin say, "Get back in the kitchen" to you. Or to your girlfriend. Or to your wife. To a woman in your life. Let's just put it that way. Thankfully, this bald man has gotten banned off of almost every single content platform imaginable. From Facebook to Twitter to Facebook again, to Instagram, to YouTube, and even TikTok. This guy is a bad guy. He's a bad guy. He's just bad all around. Save me in editing, Joanna. So, as a woman, I'm going to go deep undercover. I guess this is undercover. And I'm going to be reacting to It takes me time to get rolling here. It takes me some time to get rolling here. As a woman, I feel like it is my constitutional duty, set out in the Constitution of being a woman, to react to Andrew Tate's vile, misogynistic content. And oh boy, am I gonna do it. Wait, I just said that so it wouldn't... Let's go! I'm an idiot. No. Alright, so here it is. Let's just listen to some more Palm Tree Panic, huh? Huh? That was fun. I liked when we did that. liked when I danced. I like dancing. Don't you? I'm not stalling this video. I totally want to react to this content. Come on, yeah. Fine. I'll do it. So this is Andrew Tate, top 10 savage and blatant rants 2022. What's blatant? Blatant. Like, oh. Like, wouldn't it be, like, if you're blatant, don't, like, isn't that just speaking? Like, I'm blatantly speaking. I'm speaking. What is the definition of blatant? I'm stalling, but I don't care. How do I spell blatant? Oh, done openly and unashamedly. Oh, yeah, he definitely does it openly and unashamedly. That is true. But he is. Oh, yeah, 100%. You don't say, oh, women, I should beat any woman and, like, enslave them. And you're like, oh, take backsies. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that.
And to some degree, I try and make sure my life retains some degree of hardship.
Dude, my yacht, like, it has to be clean, so I can't use it this one day. I'm making so much money, I don't know what to do with my money.
The OG, I was raised by probably the best father on earth. I really genuinely. But he wasn't around? But a father doesn't have to be around.
Dude, fathers are like the garbage men. They just bring a fucking thing into the world. Wait, bad analogy. And all my jokes can be winners. Gotta have some losers in there. Gotta vary up the content a little bit. Vary it up. You need to beat your kids. You need to give them trauma. You need to make them not trust men. That's what you need to do as a father. That's it. Your number one, your mother, the mother, like, makes you a healthy human being, molds you into who you are, and gives you tips on how to, like, go through life. Your father needs to beat you senseless so you can make trauma dump TikToks on TikTok instead of making it on YouTube. Because, people with good fathers, they make trauma dump TikToks on YouTube. Oh! Yeah, but when I was poor, I didn't like being poor. And you should like being poor. Like, be happy with being poor. I think that's kind of the lesson of the day.
My ego is at a point where I didn't understand how other people can afford Ferraris and I can't. I would be 18, walking to college, and a Ferrari would drive past. And it would ruin my week. And everyone would be like, what's wrong with you? I'd be like, don't you see? This fat fuck can buy a Ferrari and I can't. Why? He's not.
I don't know. He, like, scammed children. That's what you're doing right now. I mean, everyone makes their money nowadays by scamming. Like, that's the easiest way to make money because you need to do, like, minimal effort and you get maximum reward. Baby, it's like the perfect system. And if you don't know, Andrew Tate has an MLM. It's like Hustlers University. Of course, he claims it's not an MLM, but, like, it's an MLM. Andrew Tate learns about income inequality. he's like, I feel like people have this realization of, like, wait, people sat on their ass and did nothing and they have more money than me. Meanwhile, I've worked super hard all my life. So I could either, and they go down two paths. They go down the I hate women fascist path, or they become communist, or they just sit and, you know, live and don't, and they're not like bogged down by stupid discussions like this.
So this gave me unlimited motivation to get rich. Now I found a way to get rich, and I believe that anyone who really, really, truly wants to get rich will get rich.
Yeah, dude, just make your own MLM. Easy money. Just do what I did.
Way or another. But that's because it bothered me for the first 10 years. You know, my 20s was broke most of it. Biologically designed, we're evolutionarily hardwired to seek status. It's what we want. Men talk about wanting money. You don't want money, you want power. You want power, you want status, you want the fast.
Doesn't everyone want power? Like, everyone wants money, power. It's like, yeah, men only want power. Have you heard of dominatrixes? Like, have you heard of, like, you know, women that, like, you know, women that basically keep their man on a leash? Like, you know, like, everyone wants power. I love how he's like, no, only men can want to live. Women aren't living beings. They're just sex robots. It's like, all right. Well, maybe women should make sex robots for men. And then it's like that Rick and Morty episode where Morty, like, fucks his sex robot and has a kid. Like, that's what we need to do as a species, and then we need to rise above the men.
Car, you don't care about the car. You want everyone to know you have the car and they can't have it. Meaning the female we are with has to add status.
The sex robot we are with needs to add status.
That's why we like beautiful women, right? But a beautiful woman who doesn't behave and doesn't obey isn't really much status.
Obey me, woman. I am insecure and I don't know what I'm doing with my life, but you need to obey me because I am man.
So when we're looking for status, we want a beautiful woman who is compliant because it's unique and it's scarcity that provides value.
Comply.
That is unusual. I just don't necessarily. It's not what I'm looking for. So for me, I'm just like,
I'm horrible.
that's it. I'm sure.
But the point I'm making is everything translates.
Why is he flirting? Did I just catch him flirting? I don't know how to flirt, but I'm pretty sure that's flirting. Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, nobody wrote in the chat, right?
You're gonna find a man who's
I have 0 viewers.
truly conquest-minded.
And I'm extremely butthurt about it.
Is he gonna get one chick and let her tell him?
Oh shit, the volume is mixed
He's gonna be
way
that guy
down.
who does whatever he wants. And this is where we also tie into loyalty, because loyalty is a completely misunderstood concept.
You value loyalty.
Oh, absolutely. But male loyalty, masculine loyalty is completely misunderstood. All these dudes out here who are at home with their wife thinking they're loyal, you're not loyal. Loyalty is having options and returning to the same place, not only having one option. They're very different things. If I walk into the store and they only sell apples and I buy an apple,
Yeah, you need to have options. you Alright, so being loyal means you cheat on your wife, right? Like, if you were in a war and you were, let's say you were fighting for one side, like, if you go to the other side and you fight for them and you kill a couple of people on the side you were originally with, but, like, you always come back to the side you were originally with, you know, time and time again, that means you're loyal, right? It doesn't matter that you killed, like, 100 people on the side that you were originally with. You're still loyal. My spacebar is not working.
I'm not loyal to apples. I don't have a choice. Loyalty is walking in the store where they sell all the fruit. I buy apples 6 days a week. Occasionally I get a big fat pineapple. And I go back to apples the day after. That's loyalty. I'm being honest. When people come to me, I feel this way. You're a pussy.
That's the best way to, like, not have a healthy relationship. Like, if you want a healthy, successful relationship, cheating on someone isn't. You don't do that. Don't do that. That's not a fun thing to do.
But I feel. Who gives a fuck how you feel? I'm about to break into your house, strangle.
I mean, that's great out of context. Who gives a fuck how you feel? I'm gonna break into your house, strangle your wife, and kill your dog. You've just been tated.
Your wife to death. Who gives a fuck how you feel? Like, your emotion has nothing to do with the harsh reality of this world. You're either successful or you're not. Life is binary.
Yeah, but emotion is how how your mind deals with that harsh reality. Like, it's, it's how, I don't know. If you bottle up your emotions, you're a fucking like, you're not gonna do yourself any service. You gotta let those puppies free. And then when you let them run free, people are like, oh my god, you're funny. Oh my god, you're real. You're such a real person that you let your emotions run free. And then I'm just sitting there thinking like, okay. Which is how I just live my life normally. I just like, wow, that's so great. Ha! You're short. Ha! And then they're like, yeah, I'm short. Got any more short jokes, Joanna? Oh, plenty.
Binary. You either win or you lose. You survive or you don't. These people are so obsessed with themselves and how they feel. This is my...
Well, who are you supposed to be obsessed with? Who, like... That's how I rationalize it as, because everyone calls me egotistical because I am. And I always think like, well, who am I supposed to live for? Am I supposed to live for other people? Am I supposed to live for myself? And if I'm supposed to live for myself, who do I care about? Like, I've always lived the motto of care for yourself first and then care for other people second. And sometimes I don't do a very good job of that motto. But, I mean, you gotta have some self-care. Like, otherwise you're just gonna be a miserable human being that stays online all the time and watches Andrew Tate.
My whole problem with the depression thing. On my old account, long time ago, when I was verified, before I got banned, I set the world nuts when I said depression wasn't real. And the world went...
Dude, depression, not real. The Great Depression? Not real. Yeah. I didn't have any other, like, I was gonna, do other jokes, but yeah. Kind of fell flat, huh?
Went crazy. Every A-list celebrity you can still Google right now, depression isn't real, and all the tweets come up. And my point was completely misunderstood. And my point was very simple. Feeling depressed is real. That is a real thing. And I truly believe that the reason you feel depressed is so that you are inspired into action. You're unhappy with your surroundings and you're inspired. This is the reason why you don't want to go to jail. Both
So how is depression not real? I guess I'll let him speak.
of us don't want to go to jail because we'll both be depressed.
Women are absolutely happy serving a man they respect.
Yeah, so how is depression not real? Alright, so depression is real, but it, like, keeps us from, like, not, like, going to prison. Isn't that fear? Like, isn't fear of going to prison what keeps us out of going to prison? Wild take, I know. Absolutely bananas. Oh, 20 minutes. I'm doing good.
Women are absolutely happy saying, you know what? I know I have the best man on the planet, and I know I make him happy. Women are happy with that.
Yeah, that's true.
Women are happy with having a loving partner. And I think that's a little bit insane. Alright, I think we should fucking fuck pineapples and shit, alright? Because my woman's like an apple. And oh boy, is she a sexy ass apple. But damn, that pineapple over there.
They're far more happy with that than they are working some fucking career.
Yeah.
And some
They're far happier giving me HJs than they are, like, changing the world. So...
garbage. Oh, I have thoughts and opinions and a job.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Have kids.
Dude, I love, like, Tom Segura and his wife are just like... Oh my god, Andrew Tate, you're so real. Like...
Sit at home, be quiet, make coffee.
Yeah.
I don't believe in marriage in terms of an institution, not because I am against the idea.
Dude, maybe I'm biased, but my mom, like, worked for most of my life. And my dad was stay at home. And every morning, my dad would come downstairs, make himself coffee, and then my mom would be like, where's my coffee? And my dad would just be like, basically what I'm saying is my dad was a bad woman. So.
Of loving a woman, but I'm so anti-government. I don't want them to have anything to do with me, especially where my dick goes. So fuck them.
Yeah.
So I refuse to sign the piece of paper because I just don't want to deal with governments more.
Okay.
Given what women want out of a relationship.
Women don't know what they want.
Ah, here we go.
I know you. I know your individual personhood. I know you better than you know you. And you don't know what you want. Alright, you want to give me HJs. That's it. HJs mean hand job, by the way.
They don't. Women want things that women think they want things, and then they get them and they leave the dude. Women don't have a clue what they want. I want a guy who's sweet and sensitive and takes care of my needs and thinks about me, but they're all out there. None of you are with them. Why? Because women don't want that. Women don't actually want that. Women.
Honestly, my friend is in a relationship with a guy who's sweet, sensitive, like... I'm starting to think that men don't understand women. That's crazy, right? I'm starting to think that men don't know what women want or needs. That's so crazy, right? I think that's crazy. Oh, hey, Jay. How you doing? I'm reacting to Andrew Tate TikToks, or Andrew Tate savage, top 10 savage and blatant rants of 2022, which is just like, the guy took like 3 videos and like stitched them together. So.
Want to be with a man they respect. Women are only going to enjoy the time with and end up feeling in love with a man they genuinely respect. And unfortunately, to be respected, some of the qualities are...
To be respected, you need to give me hand jobs. Just saying.
Detrimental to the overall relationship's, let's say, happiness. I know loads of women who are with a dude they hate, but they respect him. Like, he makes me so mad, but he is the G. And they stay with him, as opposed to the woman who's like, well, he's so nice to me.
Do they? Because they think they're going to break up in a month. Like, oh yeah, I hate him as a person, but like, I respect him. I don't know, maybe that doesn't make sense. I don't think that makes sense to me. I don't. Maybe it's because I'm a woman, but I don't, like, how can... Because there are some people, like, I have never, like, hated someone. No, that's not true. My point is mute.
But, you know, and leaves. So women need to respect you as a man. How's a woman going to respect you as a man if no other...
But do men need to respect women? Because, you know, it needs to go both ways, right? Like, it doesn't make sense, but does it make dollars? Imagine it makes, imagine women, like, it just, dollar bills, yo. Doesn't make sense. It makes dollars.
The girl wants you. How's a woman going to respect you as a man if you're putting her above all your boys? How's a woman going to respect you as a man if you're not here in the streets making money? How's a woman going to respect you as a man if you don't respect yourself or other men don't respect?
How is a woman going to respect you as a man? How is a man going to respect you as a woman if you don't give him HJs in his crusty ass fucking van? I'm just saying. And you need to give him HJs whenever he wants. Like, if I clap, you need to give me HJs because you respect me. That's how this operation works.
You. I see myself as...
That's just called prostitution. Imagine, like, you could run a prostitution ring, but for respect. Like, hey, man, I need, like, 17 respect. All right, that'll be $18. Sorry, the conversion rate is fucked for this type of shit, you know, inflation and all this stuff. But $18 for 17 meters of respect. And then you, like, give him respect. Or maybe respect is just hand jobs. Help. Are you okay? What's wrong? You doing good, Jay? J-Arts? G-Arts?
superior to females, and not in a negative way. I love them.
Like, the Germans are superior to Jews, but not in a negative way. Like, in a positive way, right? Like we're the Ubermensch.
And I adore them, and I want them around me. but in no way are they my equal.
I love them, but like how a German loves a Jew, you know? We're going with the Nazi metaphors because those are fun metaphors to make. I forgot that it does R come off at laughing when... Oh. Does R come off at laughing when you see it not after the original message? I forgot that. Does R come off at... Oh, rolling on the floor laughing? Jay, I don't know what you said there. It's so easily... Okay, that's fair.
And they know that when they're with me. And they like me for that.
They love to get disrespected. Like, men, we need respect. You need to be respected. Like, a woman needs to respect a man. But, like, I don't need to respect a woman. They love disrespect. They love it when you spit on them. See, look. They love that.
The crazy thing about it, people will say, oh, you're sexist, you're never gonna get a girl that way. I'm like, as soon as a woman finds a man she can look up to and go, okay, you know what, this motherfucker's tall, he's smart, he's strong, his life's in order.
All right, well, I need to watch Andrew Tate's most shocking rants. I need to be shocked. Let's have a meter on screen that I'm not going to put in editing of like how shocked I am. The Shocko-meter. By the way, I'm farming a YouTube video right now.
What's the longest you've been in a monogamous situation?
Monogamous?
I'm going to guess. Oh. I don't need to guess because I already heard the answer. He's going to say, monogamous? I would never do a monogamous relationship. I need 12 bitches on my side at all times, like Jabba the Hutt.
No.
So wait. You mean her being monogamous to me or me being monogamous to her?
The latter. Ever happened? Will it ever happen?
I don't see the point. I
don't see the point because when I'm in a monogamous relationship, she can only give me so many handjobs. But if I'm in a polyamorous relationship, I got like 7 to 10 handjobs a second. Do you know how much I could come? That's all women are good for anyways.
See the advantage.
Children.
I can have children while a bit.
But here's the deal, man. But they will drain your finances. Multiple baby mamas.
Those are people who sit on the couch all day.
What the hell was that edit? That was so edited.
Multiple baby mamas.
Well, Andrew Tate edits. What the hell are you doing, my guy?
Those are people who sit on the couch all day, watch TV.
All right, I'm gonna move on to. That's his final message. We'll get to that.
Will only even acknowledge.
So this is Andrew Tate's most controversial clips. I can't wait to be controversied.
He exists if he's ignored how he feels.
Dude, that's epic. I love how it's hate speech in the top, epic GTA footage in the back. Party in the front. No, business in the front, party in the back, baby.
99% of the time before that. Because if he was sad most of the time before that, he never would have got to a place where he could attract a woman like you. The man who works in Starbucks, who's sad all the time, you won't reply to him. Neither will any other female. So for women...
Is that how it works? Like, if you're sad, do you get no bitches? Because I know plenty of friends that are fuck factories and are constantly drowning themselves in tears. And they're just sad all the time and blah, blah, blah. And they have, like, you know, their lives suck. Don't all of our lives suck? But, yeah, maybe I'm just too much of a woman for this. Maybe I need to be a man. Hold on a second. There we go. I'm a man now. A man that is more specifically, I'm Markiplier. who is probably, arguably, one of the best men in the world. I know. Stunning transformation, right?
Women to come along and pretend they give a about the fact that most men are basically invisible. There is not a female on the planet who's invisible today. You can be a 4, overweight, fat, you'll still go to the club and get attention. 99% of them.
Whoa, Markiplier is real. I know. I had the same reaction when I found out. When I found out that Markiplier wasn't just 3 rats and a pink mustache and pink hair. Oh my god.
Men go to the club and nobody even fucking talks to them. If they try and talk to a girl, they get blanked and ignored and told to.
But strip clubs, like... do you want to be talked to at a strip club? If you want attention, like... a strip club is where you're supposed to secretly jerk off, right? Like, you're supposed to go in the front seat. You're supposed... If I just caught up at... There's not a female. In Tate's mind, in Andrew Tate's mind, there is not a female in the world. It is just like, you know... It's just men and men who look like women who you can fuck. So...
Most men are absolutely and utterly invisible. This is the truth about masculinity, right? It's very easy for women to sit here and complain about the...
Dude, it was so hard for my father to raise me because he would be like, all right, Joanna, let's put you in your car seat. And I'd be like, where are you? Because I couldn't see him. He was invisible. I would be like, whoa, like, is this you, Dad? Whoa. Like, I bump into men all the time because they're just invisible. I just can't see them. Like, I physically, like, they're like the invisible man to me. Thank God some of them wear sunglasses. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to see them.
Top 2% of men, because I dealt with this guy, he's arrogant, blah, 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 blah. Most men don't even f***ing exist. They say...
You heard it here, folks. Most men don't exist. It's so dumb.
10,000 DMs and never even get read, let alone replied to. So if you just sit here and say, I'll get a G, a big G, a boss, a millionaire, and let him have a day off.
I'll get a big G. What does G mean? What is G short for? Gambler? Goat? Oh, it's probably short for goat. God? Oh, it's probably short for God. Gambler?
Off. Very nice of you. I'm sure you would. Yeah. But if a guy who wanted to have days off all the time, he never would have got important enough in the first place to attract a woman like you. And that is the reality.
It'd be so funny if you, as a non-binary person, I'm just kind of translucent. Yeah, you're like halfway there. Like, you're opaque.
Man, it's player versus player. It's ultimately competitive. And as a man, you have to outcompete the other men who are prepared to get up and do it anyway. That's how it works. There's no such thing as saying, I'm sad, I need 2 weeks off. Not as a man if you want to be important. I mean,
that's just like, that's just like, all right, don't take a day off. Don't take any days for yourself. You need to be hustling 24/7. You don't need to care about yourself. You need to ask for respect all the time. You never need to give respect. Like, this is horrible advice for men. You have to game 24/7. Yeah, you have to grustle and grind and pop off. I feel bad for men. I really do. It seems like a hard life because as a woman, I famously just sit on my ass, do nothing, and I'm just like a man magnet. Like, men, I'm just chilling in my apartment and men just like come crashing through walls and shit. Like, it's insane.
12 tigers attack me and I managed to defeat 11 in unarmed combat with my Aikido in the last...
And then 20 women come out of the woodworks and they just start blowing me and it's hot and it's sexy. And then President Trump, because he's still the president, he comes and he shakes my hand and says, Andrew Tate, you are officially the best man alive, while 20 women are blowing me and 2 are licking my asshole. That's my dream.
Last tiger gets my neck. That's a fine way for Tate to die.
Wait a minute.
I mean, if 12 tigers attack me and I manage to defeat 11 in unarmed combat with my Aikido and the last tiger gets my neck, That's a fine way for Tate to die.
All right, you heard him first here. Let's put him in a pit with 12 tigers, baby. Let's go. Let's see. Let's put him in a pit with 12 tigers. Because he would like it. He said he would like to die that way. So I feel like we should just, we should give him what we want. As a man, we should give him what he wants.
You cheater, you cheating. It's bang out the machete, boom in her face, and then grip her up by the neck. Like, shut up, bitch!
Why would you?
Okay, dude, if she ever accuses you of cheating, kill her. If a woman says anything negative to you, kill her. Like, we already have a terrorism problem in this country, right? Am I crazy? And it's like, all right, we need to cause more violence. You need to get your tactical woman-beating machete out and just slice and dice that bitch up. Hey, 14-year-old boy, your teacher gives you an F on your assignment. Grab your tactical woman carving up machete. Bang, bing, bong. Grab her by the neck. You know that like sound from like the old cartoons? And that's how you handle getting an F. Can't say you're cheating if she's dead. Exactly.
Suck dick for free.
Because I love doing it. What the fuck? I don't like.
I would never suck dick for free. I have never gotten any satisfaction in my life. Sexual satisfaction in my life. Like, why would you do sexual acts for free? I just don't get it. Like, I'm trying to be in your head. Okay, just try to be in your headspace right there. Don't get how you could do that for free. I'm gonna be real here. Because I always get paid to pound that pussy.
What the fuck? I love sucking dick. Why would
Yeah, but you have no future with these men, so why not at least get paid for it, right?
I am getting paid for it on fucking OnlyFans. I don't need them to pay me. I make way more than they could ever give me.
Does he not think that women can enjoy sex? That's such a self-report. That is basically saying, yeah, I have never made a woman enjoy sex with me. Like, am I crazy? All right, I'm a man now. I think that's crazy. I really do. I think that's crazy.
They get paid twice. I don't believe in depression.
The Great Depression never happened. The 2008 economic recession never happened. Economic depression never happens. I don't believe in it. I already made that joke earlier in the stream, but I think it's good, and you're here, Jay, so that one's for you.
Don't message me about depression because I don't believe in it. If you're asleep in your bed...
Just like I don't believe in God. Well, he actually does believe in God. Like the post that's like, I don't believe in the female orgasm exists because I would have seen it in my decades of marriage. Yeah, exactly. Like, some people just be self-reporting on it themselves. Like, oh my God.
In the middle of the night and you hear a noise and you believe in ghosts. Now you're afraid. But if you don't believe in ghosts, it's the wind and you go back to sleep. You give the ghosts power by believing in them. Your house is only haunted if you believe in ghosts.
Does that work? Because all right. I can't believe I'm agreeing with Andrew Tate here. But I feel like that's something that's so idiotic and so absolutely batshit crazy that it could work. There's like a 1% chance of like... But I feel like if you did that and then you got sad, you would just get more and more sad because it's like, I don't believe in depression. Why am I getting sad? Why am I getting sad? It's also easy for Andrew Tate to be like, I don't get sad. Because he has everything he's ever wanted. Like, he is rich. He's successful. He got the bitches. He got, like, he's getting away with everything he's ever done. Like, easy for him to say that, but when your life's going like a fucking... like shit running down a mountain, like, It's okay to feel sad sometimes, I think.
Belief is a powerful thing. If I were to stand in front of you, and I were to tell you that I could...
And Ghost tries to invade my house, but is disintegrated by my mind days of not believing it. Yeah. Wait, if I just don't believe in Andrew Tate, does he just not exist then? Like, can I just... Alright, I don't believe in Andrew Tate now. Who's this Chad of a human being? Look at this Chad silhouette here. I just wanted to point out his Chad silhouette. I just think he's... just that little double chin there. That's a very nice silhouette, Tate. Mind rays. Nah, I read it as mind days. You're good. You're good. Mind days make sense.
punch you as hard as I can in your sternum, and I could fracture it and send a splinter into your heart. Would you allow me to try?
Now he's just flexing. I swear to God, like, alpha male content sometimes is just like, I don't believe in depression. And if I were to punch you so hard that I break multiple ribs and make your heart stop beating for a number of seconds. And then, like, the TikTok just cuts out. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing, my guy? What the fuck?
You wouldn't, because you know I believe I can. I believe I can hurt any man on the planet.
I believe that I can punch straight through this mattress and come out to the other. I believe I can make a hole straight through this mattress into the other side of this mattress just by punching it. All right? Are you ready to see it? One more try. I still believe I can do it, though. I believe in it. Let me do it again. Let me do it again. Maybe other side. We'll do this side this time. We'll do this side. Well, now I'm just depressed, honestly. And I didn't think that was real. Well, I can't believe you punched straight through that mattress. No, I didn't punch straight through that. That's a joke. I hope you got the joke. Because that's the... No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I can't believe... I can't believe I just punched through that mattress as well. Because I believed I did it, so it happened. Don't fact check me. I don't need empirical facts and logic. That's not...
And that's why people are afraid of me. And you...
People are afraid of me because I can believe. Hey, every children's TV show called, they want their plot back.
You believe depression is a crippling disease, and that's why you're afraid of it.
What would you do if I wanted to start an OnlyFans?
I don't think there's anything
I would beat you senseless. I would go, bam. That's what I would do. That's just me, though.
intrinsically wrong with women doing OnlyFans, as long as I had influence and control over it.
As long as I own you. Honestly, I don't think there's anything wrong with, women doing OnlyFans. As long as I can extract slave labor from it. Then, that's right. That's correct.
Doing a video photographer and get the angles, yeah?
No. I'm not doing any real work, but just taking all the money.
Huh? He's just describing slavery. Yeah, there's always a catch. There's always a catch. He's just describing slavery. This is what he is describing slavery. Basically. Right? Am I crazy? I'm a man, so I'm not crazy. But, he is describing slavery.
If my chick said, I want to do OnlyFans, I'm like, all right, then cool, go do it. How much you made? 10 grand, all right, give me 8. All right, cool.
What woman is going to give you 8 grand?
You're my woman, you're doing OnlyFans, you're selling my product. What the fuck?
I own you. Make money for me, bitch.
Your product.
Yes, correct.
I know, right? I hate to compare this to slavery, but back in the day, that's the thing that slave owners had. They were like, they're my property. I can do whatever I want with them. If I want to kill them, that's my right. It's my right to kill my slaves or sell them away or trade them or and he's just saying it in this weird fucking English American accent, like, oh yeah, I can if I have a woman, they're my properties. They're my property. I'm doing way too British because I can do a very good British accent. Just saying. But yeah.
Next question.
No. I don't
Dude, that's a pog edit for that woman. Like, whoever edited this, they're on the side of that woman. Because that was awesome.
if you're being serious.
I'm totally serious. How would I let my chick do OnlyFans and keep all the money? That's disrespectful.
What woman is ever...
That's disrespectful to me. Because I could never disrespect a woman because they're not capable of having my respect. Yeah.
I'm going to give you that.
Then she better not do OnlyFans. Duh.
Imagine one day you're sitting in Paris and having a fucking coffee, and terrorists roll through with AKs, and the person next to you has their brains blown out. You're gonna stand there and be like, waiting to die like a motherfucker. I'm gonna be like, bang, oh, seen that before. Okay, boom, boom, duck and dive.
No, he wouldn't. No, he would not. Like, alright, terrorists come in, and they're like, get on the fucking ground, get on the fucking ground, whoa! And then he's like he comes up, and then they would just be like, he doesn't even get to die by 12 tigers, like this is, every man dreams that they could be like Andrew Tate. Like, they dream that there was a terrorist situation, and they just pull out their big guns and just, you know, murk them to death. But, that's not how it would go in real life. Like, they would just kill you. They're terrorists. And you're not trained in any... Well, he's trained in mixed martial... He's like a mixed martial arts person, but... Like...
Then take one terrorist out, next get the AK, go Rambo, take out all of fucking Pakistan with the Jeep.
I don't think the world has ever been equal. That the modern society we live in.
That's actually one of the most based takes. Rip to them, but I'm different. Yeah, this is alpha male stuff is just like Tumblr girls, or like, you know, like the terminally online women of Tumblr. That's just the same thing as alpha men. Like terminally online women are just like, I'm quirky and different. I like regular show. And it's like terminally on men are just like, I'm quirky and different. I would take 12 terrorists out unarmed. Like, but yeah, like, that's the most base take from Andrew Tate. Just like, yeah, like, our society has never been equal. And of course he's gonna say, like, and that's a good thing.
Has been built by men. Let's cut the crap. All the roads you see, all the buildings you see, everything around you, men built.
And that's a good thing. Yeah, men built that. Without any assistance from women. They didn't have any... There were no medics or nurses that were women that did that. The women weren't feeding them and, you know, providing them a clean home and stuff. That didn't happen. Only men did that. The only thing women contributed to was making more men. That's how women contributed to society. Like, Marie Curie wasn't a thing, and like...
All of it. When women come along and say, oh, we're just as important, you are just as important, but you do had a completely different role.
You just make babies. You are sex robots and baby making machines. Now get to work, woman. Swallow this dick.
Oh, you fulfilled a different role in society. And I think now, if you look at the roles of society, I believe men are still doing their job, but I don't know if women are doing their job. Men are still out here building.
Women aren't giving me enough hand jobs. And I'm angry. Like,
the modern world. But when they come home now, the girl's like, oh, why should I cook for you?
Would you be with me if I'd slept with over 50 men?
Why should I cook for you? I'm doing all the work. I'm paying the taxes. You're sitting here doing fuck all with your life. At least you could do is make dinner for me. And her husband is just sitting there watching Andrew Tate TikToks like, yeah, but this bald guy says I should just get free hand jobs from you whenever I want, so gobble swallow, bitch. Cluck cluck.
you.
Would you be with me if I'd slept with over 50 men? I'm a high-value woman, right?
How can you be high value if 50 men have slept with you?
Yeah, I don't get this argument at all. Maybe I'm just not man enough. Switch into mustache mode. Yeah, I still don't get it. Like, what? Why does number of partners affect a woman's ability? Wouldn't it be the opposite? Like, if she had more partners, that means that she knows how to pleasure a man and that she's really good with sex because she has the experience? Like, I don't get this concept of like, oh, for a woman to be valuable in bed, she needs to have slept with the least number of partners. Because wouldn't that just be worse sex? Right? I don't know. I've never had sex before. So my opinion is completely invalid, I guess. But, like, that's how it works in my head.
I've just been single for a long time.
Oh, unacceptable.
Why is it unacceptable?
Rom. Like, oh, that's unacceptable. Like, all right, well, you can't have slept with a ton of men, but you also can't have been single for a long time. So you must, like, you have to have been dating since you were 5 years old. You need to have had sex when you were, like, 6 years old. Oh, hey, Kier-chan, how you doing? They say practice makes perfect. Exactly. That's what I've been saying. Hey, Kier-chan, so right now I am watching Andrew Tate TikToks and commenting on them. I've currently watched like 10 minutes of Andrew Tate TikToks, and it's been 50 minutes. So I have a lot to say, evidently.
Somewhere on this planet, there is someone who is your age, may look a bit like you, who was just given some bad fucking news. Either they were just given a cancer diagnosis and given 2 weeks to live, or the police just knocked on the door and said, your family's dead. Yeah, a cement truck ran them all over. They're splattered all over the road. My family? Yeah, all of them. I guarantee a bomb in Syria or a chemical attack in Yemen. There's someone your age who's just got given some bad fucking news. And if you were to...
Is this your road to becoming a femcel? Maybe. Some people already think of me as a femcel, so maybe I'm just powering up that rhetoric. You know, I'm learning from the best to become the best. You know.
Sit there and explain to them your problems, they would swap lives with you in a heartbeat. And this is what most of you motherfuckers don't understand. You're not grateful for what you have because you don't understand and don't anticipate that there's someone out there who would do anything to have what you have.
I mean, good advice, right? Like, you know, like, always be grateful. There's always someone who's kind of in a worse off position than you are. But at the same time, like, I don't really have any solid, like, counter arguments to this other than I can't believe I'm agreeing with an Andrew Tate point.
I'm not even talking about me with my Lambo and my beautiful women.
because I have it rough. Like, my situation is actually kind of dog shit, and it's really bad. And so, yeah, there is nobody who's in a worse situation than me. But you all, you know, you're in great situations if you're just suffering from mental illness and depression, which doesn't exist. And, you know, like, that shit, like...
All my shit. I'm talking about just a normal, safe life where you can watch Tate Speech YouTube videos and no one's
like,
going to bomb your house. There are people
yeah, I made a joke of, like, dude, this is like business in the front, party in the back. Like, you got the most hateful stuff on the top screen, and then the bottom screen is just epic GTA gameplay. Like, what the hell?
Would do anything to trade with you. And if you were to sit there and try and explain to them all your problems, yeah, but you don't want to, I'm depressed, and I have no girlfriend, and it's hard to make money, and my...
Which is all valid claims, right? Like, you know, I'm depressed, I don't have a significant other, and that's really, like, stressing me out. Trade, like, an Animal Jam? Dude, I might do an Animal Jam stream. That actually kind of sounds a bit fun. I've never played the game, but I imagine if I were to play the game, it would... I think I could make some pretty good content out of that, but...
my life's hard, and you were to tell them all your stupid reasons that you don't like your life, they'd sit there and listen to them all and go, okay, yeah, no problem, let's swap. And they'd sign on the dotted line.
Some child is outside enjoying their life, playing with toys and smiling in the sunshine.
And what are you doing? Oh my god, yes. Yeah, sure. Let's do it. I'll write it down in my stream ideas. Some little child is out there enjoying life. Eating sunscreen. Drawing just the worst smut you can imagine. And what are you doing? Masturbating 12 times a day. Which is good. You're better than that child. And honestly, you should be getting HJs from all the women in the world. Which is what I do. I think the worst part about Andrew Tate is that he's actually reaching 11-year-olds. Yeah, like, though I touched about this earlier, but like, the worst part, like, I've read Reddit stories, and I know Reddit isn't the most, but it's from like r/teachers, and it's like, my students are talking to me and being like, bitch, you should be in the kitchen. Like, that's how 14-year-old boys are talking to women. I hope somebody has told them that that's not how you get pussy. Like 11-year-olds, because I hope they'll grow out of it. Because I think when you're 11 years old, this type of stuff is like peak comedy. Because you're 11 years old and you haven't experienced life. You're 14 years old, 15 years old, and you haven't seen so much of life. And so a lot of things are funny. Like, all the jokes are new and exciting and oh my god. And this is like, the funniest shit of like, my mom is a bitch. Like, to them, that's like, what? That's so funny. But to like 18 years old, like 20-year-olds, it's like, that's not how the world works. Like, we can obviously sit here and be like, no, depression exists and I have felt it for a long time. But to a 14-year-old, it's like, oh, depression doesn't exist. Like, this is a new, like, I am depressed. This is a new feeling. I guess this doesn't exist. And the best way to get girls is to tell them that they belong in the kitchen. Okay, great. I'm going to go get a girlfriend. Like, that's how they think, like. And of course, this type of rhetoric only appeals to, like, the worst of humanity, the people who are online, the losers, just the worst people, which is what teenagers are. Like, they're just the worst people, terminally online, can't get a girl, just gross, icky people. And, it's just sad that his audience is so young. I think that's the main takeaway.
Having fun. I hate happiness. I hate happy children.
Depression doesn't real, but I hate happiness.
Anyway, you're all losers. We've discussed this before.
You're all losers, so you need to give me money for me to tell you how to not be a loser. And you know what? I think the way to not be a loser is to join an MLM. So join Hustlers University.
I'm the king of the world.
No. You don't go to the club with your friends. I don't know what kind of bitch-ass dude is letting his chicks go to the club with her.
No, you don't go to the club with your friends. No depression, no happiness, only manliness. The only emotion you can feel is pure testosterone. I need to punch something. Men. And remember, men, real men hate women. Oh my god. It's so dumb.
Her friend.
Yeah, but women, you don't go to the club. You can't go to the club with your friends. I feel like all his videos are the exact same thing with very little nuance. I mean, that's all politics. It's just repeating the exact same things over and over again. Just with different ways of repeating the same exact things. Because there really are, like, in everything, there's always, like, 3 to 4 things that if you do correctly, there's, like, always 3 to 4 things that if you hit on them, and so you just have to hit on them in different ways and stuff like that. But yeah, women, you can't let your man go to the club. Because you can't, sorry. Women, you can't go to the club with your friends. You need to go to your friends with a smelly, musty dude named Frank that just loves hot dogs. He will not shut up about hot dogs. And it's kind of weird, and you think he might be gay, but then he starts intensely talking about how he loves vaginas. The minute you start thinking he's gay, like, and it's, like, he starts going into depth. He starts speaking, like, and this is the, like, he starts describing it, and he's like, yeah, and I just love, like, like, I just love doing that. Like, and he starts doing that, and at a certain point, you're kind of like, who the hell is this guy? Why am I doing this? And then you remember that Andrew Tate said that you can't go to the club with your friends, so you have to go with Frank.
Friends loud. No. You stay in the house. You don't.
You stay in the house. You make me a sandwich and you give me BJ's. That's it. No penetrative sex. I don't like that. I like, whenever I like to the only thing I like to penetrate is an asshole. Particularly a man's asshole. Because, you know, it's just so warm and stuff and tight. I'm being a bit too crass here.
Go nowhere. You're not, no restaurants, no clubs, nothing.
Because
you need to wear a burqa. You need to, like, this is the 1200s, ladies. Like, you can't vote. You can't do anything. You must be under constant supervision because you are a child.
life for a man is harder than life for a woman.
That is lie. That is a lie. Statistically, I think more women are suicidal than men, but men have a greater chance of, like, actually killing themselves than women. So, no. Because you want to know why women are more suicidal? Because they've been oppressed by people like this fucking dipshit and all the 14-year-old boys that worship dipshits like him. So.
Most men live depressing lives.
Most people live depressing lives. You walk up to a person on the street and it's like, how's your life been going? And they'll always be like, not really good, man. My wife just died. My kid just died. My will to live just died. My died just died. Like, my tie just died.
For most men out here, they can't even feel wanted. Their wife left them. They're invisible to women. Their kids don't talk to them.
Hey, as a woman, I don't see men. They're just invisible to me. I already made this joke.
They're just not wanted. Society has huge burdens on men. We're supposed to be smart. We're supposed to be rich. We're supposed to be interesting.
Women are supposed to be beautiful. They're supposed to be in the kitchen. They can't go outside. They can't live life. They can't have fun. They can't be happy. They can't be depressed. You see how... But men have it harder. Men, they got it pretty hard.
Gotta have jokes, gotta have chat lines, right? Gotta be charming, gotta be cool, experienced.
Yeah, men have got to be human beings. They have to be, like, likable. They have to be charming. They have to be, like, good at conversation. They can't be weird. They can't be gross. Like, this is a lot to put on a man.
This is stories. We need to have a lot of shit to be an important man. To be a woman, you need makeup.
Dude, Hillary Clinton, the only reason she lost the 2016 presidential election, didn't wear enough makeup. That's the only reason she didn't win.
I got a message on Instagram, and it was from a young 17-year-old, and he said, "I'll do anything. I want to be mafia like you. Can we work together?"
All right, the actual mafia in Italy. So, side note, I've studied the mafia. I've heard of what, like, mafia tactics and stuff. The mafia was brutal. Like, they were criminals. Like, they would regularly just pipe bomb in, like, just people. And, like, if you didn't pay the mafia, like, you're killed. And if you weren't their little bitch, you're killed. So I don't want to be mafia. I don't think you want to be mafia, honestly. It sounds cool, and then you do mafia shit, and you're like, oh, wow, these were innocent civilians that we just killed. Oh, no.
And I sat there and I said to Tristan, "Why does everyone think we're mafia?
We're not mafia. Like, we don't run around with machine guns. I mean, obviously we have guns. Our house is full of machetes. Are we
Because we're in Romania and they have strict gun control, so that's why, you know. I actually don't know if Romania has strict gun control. It might not, but...
Mafia. Anyway, I don't think I'm mafia. So I said to Tristan, look, we're not mafia. Tristan goes, yes, we are. And I said, why? He goes, we're two huge fighting brothers with women naked on the internet who own casinos, who drive around Bucharest, Romania in over 2 million on the internet.
Wait. Bucharest? Bucharest, really? Bucharest, Romania. If you don't know, the capital city of Romania is Bucharest, not Bucharest.
Casinos who drive around Bucharest, Romania in over $2 million worth of fucking supercars. Everyone's afraid of us.
He's just bragging. This is just him bragging. Like, this is him being like, dude, I don't know why we're mafia. We're rich, we're built, we have $2 million worth of fucking Bugattis that we drive around Bucharest, Romania. Like, I don't know why we're mafia, man. Time to scam children. Like,
and if anyone did piss us off at any point,
I'd love to go to
even
Bucharest.
if we didn't
Give me the warm fuzzies. I know, those warm fuzzies from Bucharest. Oh boy. Oh boy.
want to fuck them up ourselves, we can make one phone call and they'd either be in a ditch or lose their any right to stay here. They'd have some visa issue and be kicked out of the country, or arrested for no reason and put in a jail cell for months at a time. We are basically as mafia as you.
So he's basically saying, like, yeah, we like drive in $2 million cars, we're built, we've committed several sex crimes, and we are on the run from the authorities. So we're basically mafia. Like, insane for him to admit that. Insane for him to admit that.
Yeah. So I guess I'm mafia. I didn't mean to be. So I was sitting there going, well, I never intended on being an organized criminal.
Dude, when I committed sex trafficking, I had no intention of becoming an organized criminal. But, you know, one thing leads to another. Now I'm a sex criminal. In Bucharest, Romania. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this guy believes in him.
How do you end up being mafia? And I've concluded that if you are competent in every single sphere, you're going to be viewed as mafia. If you're a big, strong, smart, rich guy who's super well connected, how can you not be mafia? How can you not be when every...
That's me, I'm mafia, I'm mafia, I'm mafia, I'm mafia, I'm mafia, I'm mafia, I'm mafia. That's me, I'm rich, I'm come from a rich family. I'm rich, I'm smart, I'm well connected, I drive a bike, I ride a bike everywhere. I'm mafia, I'm mafia. I'm mafia. Bang, 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 bang. I'm a sex criminal, baby, because I'm mafia.
Everyone wants to know.
Hi, mafia.
Who doesn't want...
Hi, Jay.
know the kickboxing world champion walks into a club with 20 big booty Kiwis. Everyone wants to know me.
Imagine he, like, comes in with 12 big bootied Kiwis, like the fruit. And, like, everyone would know you. Everyone would know you. They'd be like, who's the Kiwi man? And then you'd be like, I'm the Kiwi man. Bad joke.
The mafia want to know me. So I don't need to be mafia if all my friends are mafia.
No, he is mafia. But he literally just said, I am mafia. And then 2 seconds later was like, but like, I don't need to be mafia. No, but you are mafia. You don't need to be mafia because you are mafia.
Also the idea of the first member of color in this family.
So he's reacting to, you know, that interview of Meghan Markle and, you know, he should switch to objectifying Kiwis. Imagine he's like, if my Kiwi didn't go, if my Kiwi started an OnlyFans, I get like 80% of their paycheck. 100%. like, that Kiwi better be shaved, because if it's hairy, I'm smacking that Kiwi.
We all knew it was coming. It's the get out of jail free card of the modern world. Megan, you're lighter than me.
Is it? Is being black really the get out of jail free card of this world? Really? Really, being African, being darker color, having a darker color skin is a get out of jail free card. Am I reading this correctly? Because, hey, I have seen news articles where that argument didn't really hold up in court, let me just tell you. Go to a state prison and you will see that argument, that many people of darker skin do not get out of jail free cards for having darker skin, let me tell you.
Look at her face. She's white. She's basically white.
So are you. It's not how these things work, okay? Because if she was white, this thing wouldn't have happened. Like, the royal family wouldn't have been a bitch to her.
White. Megan, no one looks at you and thinks black girl. Nobody. Don't try the black.
I love how he's like, yeah, you're not black. Like, that's the thing with these, like, every conservative or every, like, any person who tries to, like, oppress other people, they always come at the approach of, I know better than you, and I have lived in your skin for 20 plus years, and I know what's best for you. And what's best for you is, like, I know you, and you are not this thing.
Black person card. If you're black and you're watching this, you should be very offended that this light-skinned woman is going to try and play the black card. I'm as victimized because I am a Negro. Look at your straight hair. If you're so black.
Dude, look at his bald head. I just wanted to point that out. He's bald.
Season me some chicken, bitch.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, just saying.
And when it comes back tasteless, bland, then we will know. We'll know conclusively. You ain't black. Stop saying it. You're a liar. And now she's adding race. Because what happened is Oprah was starting to dig a bit.
You're starting to add race into this. Okay. Alright, so this is an Andrew Tate compilation. Sigma male. So I'm gonna want, after this, I'm gonna be a Sigma male. Because I have a mustache. That's how you become a Sigma male.
Depression because I don't believe in it.
We've already seen this one.
And on the
Tate's
breathe air. You don't need a vape. Have you ever seen anyone with a vape? Have you ever sat in a room? So we go, wait, let me just go. My vape's done charging. Load it up. And then some motherfucker's like, it's bad for me. Duh.
Alright, to be fair, I'm gonna be a Sigma male. Dude, I'm gonna be Sigma-ing all those males. Dude, if you ever, maybe not in high school, but when I got to college, I met a ton of people who vaped because, you know, we're the vape generation. And whenever they vape, they're always like, I'm so sorry. Like, I hate this. I can't stop. It's so addictive. I know this is horrible for me. I know, but I'm addicted. Can't really, you know, they like hate the fact that they vape. Like anyone who does nicotine, they know it's addictive. They know it's bad for you. They know it's gross and all that shit. But they still do it because it's addictive. And to sit here and say like, oh, fuck you for like, you know, vaping or whatever. It's like, that's not, the problem is not the people who vape. The problem is the people marketing the vaping to children. That's kind of the problem. The problem is the people producing this stuff and being ignorant about, or, you know, intentionally selling products that will harm people and will, you know, like cause people medical problems and blah, 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 blah.
The fuck? How are people surprised by this shit? And now they're all over Twitter and on the news. Maybe we should do something about it. No, don't do anything. If you're so fucking stupid, it didn't cross your mind at some point that permanently suck it on this vape.
You know who's stupid? 14-year-olds. I think everyone can agree that 14-year-old children are very stupid. You know who marketed it towards 14-year-olds? Juul. The vape company. Like, vape companies marketed towards kids when I was, you know, when I was a kid. I was, like, in the crosshairs of it. And, you know, like, it worked very successfully. And, it's just kind of, like, to be like, oh, like, they should have known the health risks. Hey, it was, like, what, 2017? Nobody knew the health risks of vaping. That's when everyone got, you know, like, a lot of people got addicted when vaping was relatively new and nobody really knew the health risks. And they marketed it towards kids and, you know, blah, 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 blah. And so for it to say, like, oh, yeah, like, you should have known. They're, like, blah, 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 blah. Like, you're missing the point. Like, and also, there should be government regulation to curtail this. Like, governments should step in and be like, all right, we're going to say, like, hey, you can't do this. We're going to put our people's best interests at heart and, you know, say, stop it. Like, it shouldn't be on the consumer, you know, like, at a certain point, like, yes, it should be on the consumer to, like, you know, but at a certain point, for something that is going to harm you this much, the government should kind of step in and be like, no, and now they are, but at the time.
Was going to damage you in some way, you deserve what happens to your dumb ass.
And Andrew Tate deserves to be banned off of every social media platform available to man. Karma's a bitch, Andrew Tate.
And what kind of parent lets their 16-year-old vape anyway?
No parent knew. So, boots on the ground, I was 16 years old when this all happened. None of the parents knew. And the kids, they would, like, buy it from Amazon and stuff. Like, what they would do is they would buy vape packages from Amazon, and they would be like, and they would intercept the packages before the parents came. Parents wouldn't know. All that stuff. Or they would get it from some older kid who was like, you know, some kid who had like a 21-year-old or 18-year-old brother or sister and could get the vapes that way. Like, they got it through covert means. And, you know, usually the parents wouldn't know until it was way too late. So to say like, oh, parents, why don't you know? It's like, because the kids are really good at hiding shit. That's what teenagers do. They hide shit. Every teenager known to man, including you, Andrew Tate, has hid shit from their parents. I did, you did, we all did.
I had a 16-year-old son. He's like, I got a vape. Get the fuck out of here, vape. Do some...
I will use corporal punishment against my children. Hopefully that won't fuck them up in the future. God bless.
Push-ups. You ain't got time to vape. You gotta do push-ups.
You ain't got time to vape. Go do push-up. Is this in his household? He's like, son, did you do your 1,000 push-ups today? No. 1,000 right now. That's what it's like in the Tate household.
I didn't even decide. I realized yesterday that I can actually, genuinely, right now,
read the future. And guys, men are gonna dominate for a couple more 100 years. Like, this is awesome.
Nothing is stopping me from becoming Batman. Nothing.
Oh my god. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Like, guys, I'm becoming Batman. Like, nobody, like, if anyone said that seriously, other than Andrew Tate, you'd be laughed out. Like, he would not, this wouldn't, like, if Randy from the Quickie Mart, or from the local 7-Eleven, started being like, guys, I genuinely 100% think that I could become Batman, he would be laughed out of that job. Like, he would get fired. People would be like, you're such an idiot. I can't believe you're this stupid. Get out. And so, yeah, like, I
have a Bat Cave.
Okay, yep.
I have an Alfred.
Okay.
I have a Batmobile, a Bugatti.
Yep.
I can fight.
Yep.
Rich as fuck.
You can afford body armor and all the crap that Batman needs.
Can buy it all.
Dude, if he was Batman, he would only protect rich people. Which is basically what Batman does, so. The thing stopping Tate from becoming Batman is that he would never wear a fursuit. True. I would pay to see Andrew Tate in a fursuit. That'd be awesome. Like, he just comes up and he's like, hey, I'm Andrew Tate, but I'm in a fursuit. And then he's in
charismatic. There is nothing stopping me putting on a suit and being Batman.
He already has a suit. Is he Batman? That's so weird, right? That's basically, imagine like an adult, a grown-ass human being saying, yeah, I could become Superman, 100%. I could become a fictional hero.
I don't think most women can actually genuinely understand.
Because they're so stupid. They just can't understand anything. Haha, funny joke. Like and subscribe. Comment. Comment what was your favorite stupid woman moment of this year. Trick question. It was all of them. Because women are stupid. Tate out.
How lonely the majority of men are. Yeah. And you need to truly understand, if you're Joe
Everyone's lonely. Everyone's lonely. Men are lonely. Men are
Schmo, average in nearly every way, in Starbucks working, you ain't getting a DM ever. You girls.
All right, I think we've pumped the Andrew Tate TikToks to death because they're just saying the same thing right now. So now this is Andrew Tate's final message, which reminds me of this meme. Let me see it. Let me see if I can find it. It's this meme, you know, like my final message. Like,
change the world. My final message. Goodbye.
That's what that reminds me of.
I was thinking for a long time how to...
Did he just say I'm stinking? Change the world, yeah. Same thing, literally. yeah. So if you don't know, Andrew Tate, he got banned off of TikTok, Twitter, TikTok, everything. TikTok, YouTube, all the platforms. But did he just say I was stinking? Did he actually just say that?
I was thinking for...
He was stinking, dude. Dude, he's stinking. Anyway.
For a long time how to start this video. Because it needs to...
Dude, he's doing the YouTuber apology. He's literally doing the YouTuber apology of like... I was thinking for a long time about how to start this video. The only thing he's missing is he's not crying because he's an alpha male. And he doesn't have a cat... I know. It's an hour and 13 long video. So this stream is going to be like 8 hours. But he doesn't have a cat. He doesn't have a dog. He's got nothing. So, this is kind of a shitty apology video.
To be concise and compendious, but I also want it to be very...
Compendious isn't a word.
Very comprehensive. And I guess the best place to start is at the beginning. There's been many different versions of my life story, which have been put on the internet as of late and from many years ago. But I'm going to give a very, very quick overview of my story. My life has always been difficult.
I love how he's like we just watched a ton of TikToks of Andrew Tate being like, my life isn't difficult, or like your life isn't difficult. If a child could be murdered right now and they would want to switch places with you in a second. And he's like, my life is difficult. I have depression. I know it doesn't exist, but...
I've certainly had a difficult life. I preach to the people who follow me that as a man, trauma and difficulty is extremely important because it's the building blocks for mental fortitude and physical fortitude. So I'm very, very happy that my life...
What are these, like... Dude, they literally just got a TV and pulled up his videos. Andrew's supercar collection. A message to Andrew Tate fans. I can't read that, but that might be an ad. Like... I mean, if you're gonna do it right, do it right. Have a picture of Logan Paul and his apology video in the background, right? Like,
life has been difficult because it's impossible to become a capable man or a man of my capability without struggling with facing serious adversities, without trying to overcome often insurmountable odds.
I mean, yeah, like 100%. Like, you can't be, like, if you don't struggle at all, yeah, you gotta cite your services. Exactly, yeah. But, like, you know, I mean, yeah, I guess men, like, I mean, yeah, you do need to have that kind of, you know, you need to have trauma, you know, that makes you grow and blossom as a person. I don't know what the fuck he's, you know.
I grew up in south side of Chicago.
Chicago! 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 I'm from Chicago! Fuck Andrew Tate from Chicago! Yeah, baby!
I'm obviously a person of color. I was...
But he's so light-skinned. Earlier in the day, we watched a TikTok, you know, he's making fun of Meghan Markle because she's light-skinned. Shut up, Jay. Like, he's so light-skinned, though. He's not a person of color. I can't believe he's playing the color card. He's playing the get-out-of-jail-free card. That's what he's doing.
Bullied in school to a degree, and my father always taught me to stick up for myself.
I've heard that his father is like a chess pro. Again, he's probably a better source than his father than I am. But from what I've heard from sources, Andrew Tate, his father, like, wasn't there. He was like this chess pro, like grandmaster, I think, really good at chess. But, like, he was just a terrible father. Like, he was never there. He, like, beat him severely. Like, I'm pretty sure I saw a clip of Andrew Tate being like, you know, my father, like, my mom went and got me a haircut, and it was, like, this really nice haircut. And then my dad came around, and he saw the haircut, and he was like, this is a pussy haircut. And then he went Andrew Tate, went and got Andrew Tate to a barber and just shaved his head off. Like, shaved all his hair off. So that's a kind of father that Andrew Tate's dad was.
Was never allowed to run and cry to authority. I was told...
Makes sense.
...that if someone wants to mess with you or come at you, you can't always go tell the teacher. Sometimes you have to deal with it. I was actually picked on by these two kids when I was riding the school.
I think we should, we need to have some appropriate music for this. There we go. Oh, this is awesome.
Bus home. I think I was around 5 and they were around 7. They were a bit older than me. And they used to pick on me on the school bus. They'd sit behind me, throw things at me, hit me, etc. And I came home and
I know, like, bullying is a serious thing, but this guy has bullied. This guy is indirectly bullied like hundreds upon of women, just through like teenage boys, you know, seeing his content and bullying women. So although bullying is like a serious thing, and you know, bullying is bad. With Andrew Tate,
I told my
I don't
dad
care.
I said, Dad, these 2 kids are picking on me every single time I get the school bus. I don't know what to do. And my dad said, I'm not going to call the teacher because the teacher ain't on the bus. I'm not going to call the school bus driver because they're busy driving. Son, if you want to deal with this, you're going to have to deal with it yourself.
So the teachers are there. From what I know, the teachers are there to like if you told the teachers, they would discipline the kids. Right? Maybe I grew up in a time where, like, you know, justice and discipline was heavily favored in terms of the victims, but I feel like if you told the teachers and were like, hey, these kids are picking on me and bullying me, they would be like, oh, cool, like, let's get the kids in here and let's teach them a fucking lesson. You know, let's...
And I said, but Dad, they're bigger than me. What do you want me to do? There's 2 of them and they're bigger than me. And at the time, I'd just come home from school and I was holding a lunchbox. And my dad pointed and said, you have a lunchbox, son?
Bludgeon them with a lunchbox, son. People are being mean to you. I like to think that it's a metal lunchbox. And so he's like bashing them on the head with like this metal heavy lunchbox.
Teach them. So weeks had passed. It was a few weeks. They kept picking on me, and I felt myself sitting there getting more insecure, and the rage was boiling inside of me. And one day, one of them slapped me in the side.
What's this background image? Why does the TV keep changing? What is this, fucking Venice? Fort Lauderdale? Like, what? People are bullying me. Oh, cool. Yeah, that's the type of dad his father was. Of like, people are bullying me. Oh, cool. Bludgeon them to death with your lunchbox.
Out of the face from behind. I was sitting on the chair. He slapped me in the face from behind. And instantly...
So is this guy gonna be like, yeah, dude, the reason why, like, I said those things about women, it's because I was bullied. Yeah, it really sucks. Like, yeah, I was bullied too, but I'm not out here being like, women are my property, like...
I don't know what it was, but this was the day I had enough, and I turned with my lunchbox and swung it over the back of the school bus chair and caught him and busted his eye clean open. The plastic Batman lunchbox.
What the hell was that scream? Like, this is an apology video, right? Or I guess it's his final message, because he would never be like, I'm sorry. But,
hit him in the eye, and blood started squirting everywhere.
Oh,
all the children started screaming. And as I did this, the bus had just come up to a stop. It was a few stops before my stop, but it had stopped. And as the bus stopped and the screaming happened, I just got up and I just ran off the bus and ran home. I've never run so fast or so far in my life. I was full of adrenaline. I just ran. When I got home, I had blood on my clothes.
Wow, this is like an audio experience. This really is just an audio experience.
My dad looked at me. He said, what happened? And I said, that kid, I won't say his name. I said his name at the time. I said, that kid, he hit me in the face. And
Imagine if he didn't say his name at the time. Imagine if he was like, that kid, he hit me in the face. Like, imagine if he said exactly what he said to his dad. Like, at the time, he's like 9 years old, and he's going up to his dad, and he's like, that kid, I won't say his name, but like, that kid, he hit me in the face. Like, I hit him in the face.
I had enough of getting hit in the face. And I was still holding the lunchbox, but it was all smashed up where I'd hit him with it. And my dad
How much force did he hit this kid with? Like, I'm imagining this is like a plastic lunchbox. How? Like, plastic takes a lot to dent. Am I wrong? So, this 9-year-old, like this, 13, 14, 9 to 14-year-old Andrew Tate swung at this kid with this lunchbox with enough force to dent the lunchbox. That kid he hit probably has brain damage. Like, that is, wow.
kind of smiled a little bit and said, don't worry, son. Get in the car. We got in the car and we went to Walmart. We walked up and down the aisle, and he looked and picked up another lunchbox, an exact replica of the same blue Batman lunchbox.
Son, I know you probably have trauma from violently attacking your bullies. So I'll get you a new lunchbox. I think that's, I know you kind of need to talk through it, maybe some help, some encouragement. Here's a new lunchbox. Yeah, that should fix that right up.
Lunchbox. Gave it to me and said, I'll buy you as many of these as you need. And that was the last we spoke of it. Funnily enough, I never saw...
Imagine, his dad just to this day keeps sending him lunchboxes. Hey, son, you need any more lunchboxes? I know his dad probably isn't in his life anymore, but...
That kid again. I don't know if he changed schools. I don't know what his parents did. But I never saw that child again. So,
even from a very, very young age, I was taught that going to authority and crying and hoping someone else is going to fix your problems is not the way a man should conduct himself.
He literally did what I said like 5 minutes ago. I predicted. I was like, yeah, he's gonna say like I was bullied. Like, yeah, dude, I was bullied, and so that's why like I said that's why I'm sexist. Like, you know, can't help it.
When I left Chicago, I moved to Luton, England, which was multiple times voted the worst town in England. It's a high crime rate. It's a very bad area.
Chicago is also cited as one of the worst places, specifically the South Side. Is, you know, so this guy really has a track record.
My mother and father broke up, so I was in a single mother household.
People are bullying me. Oh,
and now I'm a person of color in a single mother household. I'm also the only American at the time in Luton.
Dude, his story is so tragic. That's so tragic. Being the only American in Britain. Oh my God. Like, he's basically just spinning a sob story. Like, he's being a pussy, right? Is this not pussy behavior? Like, a real man, I feel like my definition of a real man would sit there and be like, I've reflected on what I've said. I don't think that this kind of speak really has any place in our society. I don't think it does anyone a service. I think it does everyone a disservice, honestly. And I'm genuinely kind of sorry for what I've done. Instead, he's just being like, I've had trauma, so you guys have to deal with it. Like...
And I had, again, repeat problems in school. I was picked on for being the only American. I was picked on for not knowing things I should have known because I hadn't been through the English educational system. I'd been through the American educational system.
Which is worse.
And I had trouble in school again, but I stood up for myself. Fortunately, nothing got violent at any point. But when people made fun of me, I stood up and said, listen, don't make fun of me. I'm from a different place, and I talk differently. And I always understood that standing up for yourself, I never went to the teacher, I never cried to anybody else. I just stood up for myself.
Yeah, but if, like, the teacher can kind of, you know, you do need to stand up for yourself. And I've kind of found that the best way, for me at least, to stand up for myself is just to, like, joke around. Like, if anyone says anything mean to me, I'll just immediately crack a joke. And then it's like, oh my God, everything's fixed. But, like, it's really, like, I think getting the teacher involved would be good. Because then, like, punishment can get served out. That's like saying, oh, like, someone committed murder against my best friend. But, like, I'm not going to go to the police because I don't need any help. I'm just going to deal with it by myself. Like, that's not how you do things. Right? Right?
And over time, people learnt respect for me and my boundaries, and they were very respectful of me. And I had a very positive experience from then on out in school by simply standing up for myself, because this is how...
I mean, that's pretty good advice. I would say, you know, like, don't be afraid to tell the teacher, but definitely standing up for your, like, you do need to stand up for yourself. Like, telling the teacher can't be everything. I just desperately do not want to agree with Andrew Tate on any single point at all. So that's why I'm being a little bit asinine, honestly.
How I was taught to act. In high school, I ended up having a reputation of a guy that nobody really messed with. I certainly wasn't a bully. Absolutely the opposite.
Nobody messed with me. Like, you know, like, everyone was fearful of me. Wasn't a bully, though. Was not a bully. Definitely did not bully anyone. Not a bully. Didn't bully I need to rephrase that. Did not bully anyone. Didn't.
Opposite, but no one really picked on me. I actually had a friend in school who was gay. I had 5.
I actually had a gay friend. And I did not call him the F-slur. That's something I didn't do.
Friends in school, and I was also friends with a gay guy. And he would make fun of me for being American, and I would make fun of him for being gay back then.
Oh, he definitely called him the F-slur. 100%. Dude, he bullied the gay guy. 100%. Like, yeah.
But the world was a very, very different place. This is many, many years ago. And we had friendly...
He bullied the gay guy. He bullied the gay guy. I'm calling it. Because you don't say... The world was a very different place 10 years ago. Like, If you did nothing wrong, you don't say that stuff. You don't.
We're back and forth, but we were very good friends, and I stuck up for him and prevented anyone else picking on him all of the time. And the banter between us, the locker room talk, which would be considered absolutely unacceptable today, at the time was very, very normal. And we had a great time. We were good friends. And I heard from him, actually, after this ban. And he said, you should mention the fact that the things they say about you completely aren't true. And this leads me on to the reason I believe these narratives.
Is this gay guy also like an Andrew Tate fan? He's like, oh, dude, Andrew Tate, he speaks the truth, man.
Have managed to gain such a foothold in popular consciousness. Due to the fact I've managed to develop an iron mind, because I'm probably the only...
Due to the fact that I am pretty much God.
Only individual on earth who can be vilified to this level without taking personal insult and without being emotionally affected. What I've done is I've allowed certain narratives.
He's doing the Trump. He's doing the... Nobody in the entire world has been vilified as much as I have. Abraham Lincoln was shot in the back of the head. Like, Martin Luther King Jr. was also shot by the CIA. Like, Martin Luther King Jr. existed. Like, that guy got so much hate. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I am the most vilified person in the world. Also, nice backdrop. Some nice seascape for this very lovely apology video where he's done nothing wrong.
To gain traction, which I shouldn't have allowed to gain traction, because they didn't personally bother me, because I know they are false. I live with a very, very pure heart.
I live with a very pure heart. I have committed multiple sex crimes, very pure heart. I regularly beat women. I have a very pure heart, though. I run an MLM. Like, I literally run a pyramid scheme. I run a scam. But I have a very pure heart. And that's what I think you guys should know about me.
I'm a religious man. I go to church, and anyone who follows me in detail knows I donate huge sums of money to the church. And as long as I knew the truth of my heart, and God knew the truth of my heart, I wasn't interested in lies being purported. I now understand
what
that's
lies?
wrong.
What is he talking about when he says lies? He's like, there's so many lies about me. Name one lie. Name a lie. Because the lies that are about you, they're just true. You say them. We're like, you're sexist. And he's like, I'm not sexist. I just say that women are my property. How is that sexist? Like, how am I saying that I'm discriminating against women? These are just lies.
Nothing wrong. Even though it doesn't emotionally affect me. Even though God and my...
Oh, it emotionally affects him. 100%. You like, like, this guy is so emotionally affected by this stuff. Oh my God.
Self know my innocence. The public consciousness has been polluted to a point where narratives are being purported.
I love this music. It's like the conspiracy music. Like, it's like, there's a conspiracy going on, guys. And I'm the head of, like, there is a conspiracy to defame me.
Which are absolutely and utterly false. And it's having a genuine negative impact on the people who I care about and the people who care about me. And despite the fact it doesn't emotionally affect me.
Let me rephrase that. My actions are having a tremendous impact on others around me. And it does emotionally affect me. So guys, please stop saying that I'm sexist.
As a man, I have a duty to protect all of those I love. And for this reason, these narratives have started to become very, very harmful. I was under understanding that on the internet, people don't like you. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what you say. There's going to be some people who don't like you, and the people who don't like you are not interested in the truth. What they are interested in is finding some lie that they can latch onto.
Dude, we literally, like, there are TikToks that we just watched where he's just like, that's how I treat women. Like, that's a lie. They are lying against me.
And accelerating that lie on as much as possible via their platforms to try and paint
police raid. Oh, is that the Trump thing?
Picture of you because they don't like you. A lot of these attacks against me are disguised under the virtue of caring about women. But none of these people who are attacking me care about women. None of them donate to women.
If they really cared about women, they would be beating their wives more, because that's how you really care for a woman.
Women's charities. None of them donate to charity like I do.
The only way you could care about women is if you donate to charity. And it doesn't mean you could treat them like trash, sure. They like that. They like to be disrespected. Women want to be disrespected. But the only way you can respect women is if you donate to women's charities. That's the only way. That's the only way.
None of them help anybody like I do. I'm about to show, later on in this video, proof of the massive work I do for helping people. They don't help anybody. All they do is just attack me and use fake virtue, the fact they pretend to care, as a reason to attack somebody who they personally don't like. And
but I really care about women. I really care about them. I was Australian, but I don't care.
It's very, very different to actually care about an issue or weaponize an issue and pretend to care to try and damage someone else's life. These are very, very different things. And this is the reason why I have not tried to dispel these myths as hard as I could have, because I understood that these people are always going to hate me and they're always going to lie about me, no matter what I say or do. But considering in light of the final ban, and considering I have the public consciousness, I think it's extremely important that for myself and for my family and for people I care about, that I tell the truth and I make the truth known to the world.
All right, what is the truth, Andrew? Tell me the truth. All right, Andy. Andy, can I call you Andy? I'll call you Andy. What's the truth? Tell me the truth.
Because that is the only intention in my video, is to sit and tell the truth. And the fact that I'm a very, very iron-minded individual who is not negatively affected by these smear campaigns.
I think he's negatively affected by these smear campaigns. No person who's like, no person who's like, I am, like, no person who's not affected by him would be like, I'm not affected by this. I'm not affected by this. Like, he's totally affected by this. 100%.
Is not reason enough for me not to sit, take time, and dispel all the negative things which are said about me. I am fully aware that not everybody is going to agree with what I say. I don't think there's a person on the planet you can find who has a 100% approval rate. There's always going to be somebody who disagrees with what you say. If I said the earth was round, there would be a contingent of individuals on the planet who disagree with me. I have no problem with people disagreeing with me. I have no problem with being seen as controversial for some of the things I've said. However,
I do have a problem with it.
I do have two significant problems I would like to address.
Yes.
The first is I do not like absolute and utter lies being told about me.
What are the lies? List the lies. List the lies that are being told about you.
I do not like having long-form video of me, cut up, elements taken out of context, the tonality of the joke removed, and purporting an image of me that is not true. That's something I do not like.
Name a video. Name it. Like, he's just like, I don't like long-form video essays about me. So, like, if you guys could stop doing that, that'd be great. Like, he's basically like, I have no problem with the criticism, but I have a problem with the criticism. 'Cause, like, name lies. Like, I don't think I've ever seen any leftists say lies, because you say everything. Like, we don't need any lies. When you're a gold mine yourself. You just say all this sexist shit, and it's like, all right, great. I could just, like, put the, I have enough clips where I don't even need to, I don't need to lie, because there's so many clips out there of you saying sexist stuff.
I do not like false accusations of criminal activity. That's another thing that
All right, cool. I guess you didn't, sex traffic. I guess you're not wanted for sex trafficking by multiple countries. All right, fine. I guess you're not, whatever.
Really do not like. I am totally aware that not everybody is going to like me. I have no problems with that. I think anyone who decides to get big on the internet needs to be very, very prepared for a contingent of people to not be happy with what they say.
I could make a YouTube channel dedicated to the fact that I believe the world is round, and there would be a large...
Well, I have never seen that in an apology video. Or like, this is an apology video. He's not apologizing, but like, I've never seen that though. Like, hey guys, there are a lot of lies about me. Like and subscribe.
Or semi-large proportion of people who would disagree with me. I don't think there's a single creator online that has a 100% approval rate. I have a lot of people who love what I say. I have a lot of fans. A lot of people are dedicated to my channel, and I have a lot of positivity online. And I have a small...
I have a lot of positivity. I have a lot of fans. I don't have any haters. Well, I do have haters, but like they're not really like well, everyone always has haters, and like my haters aren't really like they're pretty good haters. All of a sudden, but like the lies. There are too many lies about me. There are way too many lies about me.
Contingent of people who are very, very offended by what I say. We often talk about in the modern world the inclusivity of different cultures, different ways of life, different sexual orientations, and how we need to be tolerant and understanding of all these different people's life paths, and by extension...
And that's bad.
There are different ways of viewing the world. I'm a unique individual, as is everybody else.
And so you need to see how I see, like you need to accept my hating of other people. Like, like if you say that we need to, understand everyone's viewpoint, I am included in everyone, so you need to understand, my misogyny. So you need to like love me for being misogynist, basically. And you're not loving me for being misogynist.
I have a unique life path that has led me to unique points of view. I think that all of the people who disagree with me are very, very welcome to disagree with me because they have had a unique life path and a different point.
People can disagree with me, but stop lying about me and stop saying like true stuff.
And I respect that, absolutely. I would never...
He's kind of just going in circles. He's saying like, yeah, people, I have a lot of haters. People can disagree with me, but like the lies have to stop. But like, I'm also iron-minded, so I don't really care. But like, and like, people can criticize me, but like, it needs to stop. The lies have to stop.
Never shout for any of the people who disagree with anything I say to be silenced or canceled, because I don't think...
I would never do that. I would never do that. I would never do that. In a year, he's going to be doing that. 100%. In a year, he's going to be like, didn't he just say like, people need to stop like making long form content of him? Objection.
That helps the world. I think that discourse is always going to be the way that we lead ourselves to the truth. And if anybody has anything contrary to say about any of my points of view, I welcome it. I like to hear it. And as long as it's in a respectful and adult manner, I often platform it on my platforms as much as possible.
Look how he doesn't put Hassan on there. He doesn't put Hassan Piker on there.
So I can sit and discuss, and I can learn things. Because if I have a point of view and someone challenges it in a very adult, correct, logical way, very often I have changed my point of view. And this is really, really, really good for me as a person to...
Yeah, but he doesn't remember when Hassan Piker pointed him out on his points of view. He doesn't remember that. Just skipped his mind.
Grow, and for the audience to grow. And I know I've changed many other people's minds when they've come to debate with me. And this is the beauty of being human. So I have no problem with being disliked. I do have a problem with a few things. I have a problem with
the lies.
Long format things I've said being taken out of context, taking a small clip from a 2-hour piece of video, then with careful editing, removing of tonality, and changing my intention behind the...
People were doing that. People who were on Andrew Tate's side were doing this. And we just saw it. And he's like, guys, my fans, hey fans, stop doing that. I don't like it. Stop. Also, nice granite on that TV. Or maybe that's like a river. I don't know.
The words, painting me to be
like
a criminal or a bad person when I am not.
I do have a problem.
I'm not a bad person. I'm just wanted in multiple countries for crimes. For, like, sex crimes. But I'm not a bad person.
With false criminal accusations when I do not have a criminal record.
He doesn't have a criminal record. All right, let's look this up. I know I type slow. Inside the violent misogynistic world of... Okay. You know what? Let's go on Wikipedia. Oh my god. Come on. Criminal investigation. Tate decided, in a now deleted video posted to his YouTube channel, Tate stated that he decided to move to Romania because it was easier to be absolved of rape charges in Eastern Europe. So I guess he doesn't have a criminal record because he fled to Romania to be absolved of rape charges. Wow. In April 2022, Tate's house was raided by the Directorate for Investigating Organized Crime and Terrorism of Romania. Damn! In response to human trafficking and rape investigation. The U.S. Embassy had previously alerted Romanian police that an American woman might be held as a property, which is the only reason why a U.S. Embassy would contact Romanian police. The raid resulted in a recovery of American woman and so they recovered women. They were just at his house. As of August 2022, Romanian authorities said that the investigation was ongoing. So he has an active investigation against him. So he does have a... Okay, whatever.
Never had a criminal record in any country on the planet. I do have a problem with this. And also I have a problem with the fact that social on the planet. I do have a problem with this. And also I have a problem with the fact that with false criminal accusations when I do not have a criminal record.
He doesn't have a criminal record.
Never had a criminal record in any country on the planet. I do have a problem with this. And also I have a problem with the fact that social media has changed so much in modern times. A lot of the things I said that are being used against me were said 5 or 6 years ago in long format video. And as of late, with TikTok, with YouTube Shorts, with Instagram Reels, it's very, very easy to take 2 hours of video.
This is at Andrew Tate. Aren't these his fan accounts? God, it's so sad. This video is so sad.
Snip out 10 seconds, edit it up quickly on a phone app, and then blow it up to millions and millions of views with all context removed, all tonality removed, and makes it look like I'm saying things I did not say or I mean things I did not mean. And this is something that I can't control. I became the most Googled man on the planet, and to a degree I'm a victim of my own success because now people are trying to find...
With any person who is getting like the justice that they deserve, they will always say that they're like taking clips out of context. They're lying. They'll always say that. And because that's the only thing that they can say. They can't say that, oh, I did mean those things, and those things were heinous and I shouldn't have said them. So, I'm sorry. They can't say that because they're just incapable of saying sorry because they're not good human beings. They're trashy. Not classy.
Any little clip of anything I've ever said, remove all the tonality and just blow it up to try and get views to be as controversial as possible. I understand why they're doing that. They're doing that because they want the views for themselves. But they're not taking into consideration how that affects me and my personal image.
How does that make me feel? When you post videos of me saying stuff, how does that make me feel? It doesn't make me feel good, huh?
The whole. And I think the things I've just highlighted has now culminated in the media believing something about me which is so pertinently false, based on videos that I have never even made, purported and accelerated and advertised.
Damn, deepfake technology is getting really advanced these days. If he didn't make those, if those clips were just poofed out of nowhere, Like if he, you know, like he did nothing, you know, blah, blah, blah. God, I really want tea. Should I go make some tea? Come with me on a tea journey, maybe? Oh my God. Should I just leave the video running and then just do a Hassan? Do a Hassan Piker? I might. Because I do want tea. I want my tea, baby. I want my tea.
By people who I don't even know. With such a small...
That's the internet. That's the internet. That's the internet. That's the internet. I love how he's like, when I came to the internet, I knew that people would hate me. But people are making videos about me, and I don't even know them. Like, that's the internet. Do you know how the internet works? Like, what?
Piece of video from me with all context removed that I've now become the #1 villain of Earth, and I truly believe that's unjust. And I want to discuss that here and prove to the world in my final message that I am not any of the
My final message. Change the world. My final message.
Things I've been accused of. Regardless of whether I am banned, reinstated, remain on social media, is completely beside the point. This is just a matter of clearing the air while I have the national consciousness. I was massively a victim of my own success.
Guys, I succeeded too much. I shouldn't have committed sex trafficking.
I decided
Allegedly.
to accelerate my public persona and presence about 6 months ago. And I was massively successful. I became the most Googled man on the planet. I am, by the metrics of the internet, the most famous individual who is currently alive in the...
Can you hear that? That's the sound of him jacking himself off. I love in this apology, he's like, he's just jacking himself off. Like, he's just jerking himself, and he's like, I'm the best man in the world. Like, I'm the most intelligent, smartest man. I'm the most successful man in the world. And it's like, no, you're not. This is so weird. It's like, he's like, yeah, like I got banned for being too popular, and really the fault, it's not my fault. It's not my fault I got banned. It's actually your guys' fault that I got banned. So like, I hope you guys can sleep well at night knowing that you've destroyed my life.
In the world today. That comes with a bunch of advantages and disadvantages. We can go into those.
Ooh, looks like we got what? Some city at rush hour? Nice backdrop, nice backdrop.
Depth. The disadvantages are safety aspects, safety concerns, which we're going to talk about a bit later. I've had serious threats on my life. I receive over 5,000 death threats per day. So do people who I love and people
I mean, that's just like... that is literally just becoming a controversial figure in the media. Like, if he was like, oh, yeah, like, I knew this was going to happen, then you should have known that this was also going to happen, too. Because that's what happens when you're just a popular figure. Like, even people who are, like, not controversial at all get death threats. And, like, get, like, stalkers and stuff. Like, so why would you be different?
People I care about, they also receive death threats. The social media companies have yet to take any action against this. They were uninterested in trying to police this in any form. The advantages are, of course, is that I have a massive effect on people. And I have had thousands of emails from men saying, you saved me from depression. You saved me from suicide. You helped me so much. The #1 video on my YouTube channel, my pinned video, has been for over a year. Mind hacks, how to beat depression, how to feel better as a man. Sitting there believing that depression is some monster from the sky that strikes your brain and now you have no
That's Andrew Tate right now. That's Andrew Tate.
Control over it and you must take pills every day is the absolute enemy to a G mindset. I don't give a fuck how depressing my situation. The only person who can change it is me.
only person who can change how I feel about my situation or try and affect the situation directly is me. Even if you put me in a situation I can't change, if you put me in jail and I'm depressed because I'm in jail, I still refuse to succumb to depression. I refuse to collapse mentally and give up. I know the only person who can control my mind is me.
But also, like, depression really sucks. Like, if you feel it, like, it really does overcome you. And it's just, like, it just feels like your mind is just given up. And all you want to do is stay in bed all day and watch, like, teenagers play Minecraft and, you know, and, like, not do anything. So it's just saying, like, oh, just, like, get out there and do it. That's kind of shitty advice.
Nobody's coming to save me. As a man.
But yeah, like, no, you do have to, like, you know, get out there, do. You can't just sit there and be like, oh, you know, someone's gonna save me.
Through such a difficult life, I think I have a very intimate understanding of difficulty and how to grow as a man and how to become the kind of man that can handle a difficult life, because this has been my life path. This is what God chose for me. And this is what I've been teaching. And I have affected positively millions of people. And
but you've also negatively affected tens of millions of people through, you know, like 14-year-old boys coming in to their homeroom class and calling, like, some girl, you know, a bitch and that she should get in the kitchen. Or later on in life, when they, you know, when they're 20, 30 and they start dating seriously, you know, they're gonna, like, flounder and flop through all your bullshit dating advice. So, you know, like, you really did harm a lot of people through saying, like, you know, women are my property, you know, like, all the sexist, misogynist stuff you've said.
Immensely proud of that. I truly am. However, people couldn't stop talking about me. And when people were talking about me, they weren't doing it out of love for me. They weren't doing it because they cared about me. The main reason people were talking about me so extensively is because they cared about their own channels, their own views.
Do you think, is everyone supposed to go and bow down to you? Are we supposed to be like, oh God, Emperor Tate, we're doing this for you. We don't care about ourselves. We only care about you. Like, everyone's doing it for their own channels. I'm doing this for myself. You say, like in the clip before, you literally said, like, go, you know, you have to do it for yourself. You're the only person who can, like, get you out of depression. And then it's like, but when reacting to me, you have to do it for me. You can't do it for yourself.
They wanted their own clicks. And they understood that if they can make a YouTube video purporting a lie about me or saying bad things about me, it's more likely to get clicked. It's more likely to get watched. It's more likely to get shared. Expose, Andrew Tate is this.
I mean, yeah. That's just how the internet works. Like, you are just describing how the internet works. You are playing the crybaby and being like, the internet works, and I don't like it.
Expose, Andrew Tate is that. And what's happened is people, through their own selfish desires of trying to piggyback off the back of my massive fame and becoming the most famous man on the planet, have decided that making a bunch of negative videos is a fantastic way for them to personally gain clout and personally gain views and clicks.
Welcome to YouTube.
Which is what the internet is about. And we ended up in a situation where videos of me from long ago are being taken out of context purposefully.
Videos about me from like 2 months ago are being taken out of context.
To try and purport a narrative which is not true, because people understand that's a very easy way for them to gain some clout and leech off of my success. That's all fine. Like I said, I have no problem with people disagreeing with me.
That's fine, but it's not fine. Like, pick a side. Like, this whole entire video, he's like, it's fine, but, like, it's not fine, but it's fine. Like, pick a side. Be like, this is bad. That people shouldn't be doing. Like, you can tell, like, this video is so wishy-washy and it's so all over the place. You can tell that he is just grasping for any reason that he could get as to why he was justly banned. And he is quickly finding out that he was justly banned, or that he was unjustly banned. And he was quickly finding out that he is justly banned.
Being disliked, etc. However,
When it has an effect to this magnitude, where I am genuinely seen as a negative, bad influence on the world, when all of the emails I receive from people who watch me are positive, saying that I'm helping people, how I've helped their mind, I've cured their depression, it's really strange to experience such a disconnect. To have...
It's really strange to be in a bubble, but also, like, see all the hate comments and hate videos about me. So it's really strange.
98% of the people who email you say how fantastic you are and how much you helped them. And then 2% of unknowns threatening your life.
Because you're in a bubble, Andrew. You're in a bubble of positive comments, and you're just like, and then you see the 2%, and you're like, you really are a weak person. You claim to be like, I'm like, in the middle of it, in the beginning of the video, he's like, I'm iron-minded. None of the comments get to me, and now he's like, well, yeah, the mean comments really get to me. I mean, I knew it was false, but, like, it's very fun to, like, contradict someone.
And then everyone I meet on the street saying such amazing things. Since I've become the most famous man on the planet, I have never once had a negative experience in real life. Everybody who meets me is very respectful, a fan. We take pictures, we shake hands. Nobody has screamed at me in public. Nobody's come up to me and called me names in public.
Oh, I'm getting a call on my webcam. It was a toll-free call. That's so weird. Like, yeah, nobody's gonna say negative stuff to you at your face. Like, you know, people are pussies. They're gonna say all the negative stuff because you're also, like, you know, you're rich, you got a Bugatti, you live in Romania, so, like, you know, like, I doubt a lot of people in Romania. Maybe they do, but it's, you know, the people that hate you aren't going to go up to you and be like, fuck you. That's just not how humanity works. But the people that love you are. So.
Nobody said I'm wrong. I've been to over 20 countries. I've never had a single negative in-person experience ever. So the people love me. At the same...
But, like, there's all these weird ghost robots that hate me. So I think you guys are view-botting. You're view-botting. These people don't exist. So, like, you know, like, every YouTuber that has made a video critical about Andrew Tate doesn't exist. I don't exist.
At the same time, the media is saying I'm hated. It's a very strange disconnect that I've been experiencing. And a lot of that has been purported and accelerated by the fact that people are trying to gain views on their own channels, separate to me, nothing to do with me, by accelerating lies. It's also an interesting case study into internet mass hysteria, right? If 50 videos come out saying Tate's a bad guy, it takes a lot of bravery for someone to come out and say Tate's not a bad guy. Despite the evidence, I can show evidence to the contrary of these negative narratives for the end of time. But if somebody can see, if a YouTube creator or a content creator can see, if you make a negative video about Tate, you get a bunch of clicks, and everyone else did it, well, then I may as well do it.
This is just how, like, internet works. This is how the internet works. He has just realized that, like, this whole video is just, I am slowly realizing how the internet works, and the internet does not favor me, and I don't like the internet anymore. That's what he's doing.
But what about Andrew? What about the truth of this? What about the effect on his life? What about the effect on his experience?
Won't someone think of the poor misogynist? Think of the misogynists, guys.
Of the world. That doesn't come into consideration. What comes into consideration is, everyone else did this and got a bunch of views. I want a bunch of views. And even though what they're saying is false, even though some of them know it's false, some of them may not, but the ones who are well researched know it's a lie. It's very, very tempting for them to sit there and do it anyway, because there's no repercussion. There's no downside to them. All that's going to happen is they're going to get a bunch of clicks, a bunch of views, a bunch of comments, a lot of people defending me because they know it's not true.
Let's go to one of these videos. Okay, sure. Like, let's type in Andrew Tate. All right, let's Moist Critical's video. Andrew Tate. All right, so let's see. 285K likes to 3. So that's what, like, that's like maybe 1% dislikes. Andrew Tate is literally the internet's fatherless child personified. You know it's bad whenever leave the comments are saying he's stupid, because I've seen way too many people agree with what he's saying and that he has good points. So, okay, cool. Oh, let's watch Hassan's video. Okay, great. Let's see the dislikes on this. Okay, so that's... I don't have a I guess I'll do the calculator app. I also can't do math. Fuck. You know what? I'm just gonna... No. Don't you hate it when it autocorrects? So what's the ratio? 44... 0, 0, 0. Oh. Divided by... I think I did it wrong, but... Whoops. I hope this is good stream content. 0.05% dislikes. Ouch. Aiden is seriously the most intelligent Andrew has ever done is surround himself by yes men. Aiden is one of those dudes who's incapable of picking a side that don't talk about my homie or that. God, I'm surprised Hassan even managed to say eloquent and collected. It scares me how these young guys jump on this wagon and are so impressionable. Andrew, if you want to be a logical person, Mr. Empirical Evidence, it's empirical, not imperial. I'm fascinated by this Aiden character. Watching Hassan break down Take University was beautiful. Like... This got 1 million views and all the comments are bad. Most of the comments are hating on this video. Most of the comments are supporting Andrew Tate. So
a lot of people agreeing with them who are less researched. They're going to completely benefit, and the only person who's going to suffer is me. And
I'm suffering right now. I'm suffering from my success, and honestly, my struggles, they're greater than yours. So, I'm sorry.
Because I have an iron mind and I wasn't emotionally affected by this.
Like, I was affected by this, but I have an iron mind and I'm not affected by this.
I understood the nature of the internet. I didn't try to combat it too hard. I didn't know exactly what I should do because I had already told the truth on repeat many, many, many times, but nobody would acknowledge it. They would just ignore it because it got more clicks to purport the lies. So I thought, that's the nature of the internet. I've never been this famous before. I guess that's just how it goes. Unfortunately, now public consciousness via the media has genuinely bought into a construct.
The fascist playbook, baby. The media is bad. Don't trust the media. They're all lying about me and I am a persecuted figure.
Where people believe I'm somehow dangerous. When
for
all
saying that women are objects.
Is save people from depression. We talk about men's mental health. Patty Pimblett just fought and talk about if you have trouble with men's mental health, come forward.
As I said, women talk to each other. There's no stigma on women. They sit around and have a cup of tea and have a jangle.
True that.
Men don't, lad. Men feel like, oh, I can't go and say that to him because he'll think I'm a little mushroom. You know what I mean? That's what men think. But as I said in the cage, I'd much rather my friend come to me and speak to me and cry on my shoulder than me have to cry when I'm carrying his coffin a week later.
I just wanted to show the world that if mental health could bring somebody as big as me and as strong as me and, you know, the stereotype heavyweight champion of the world to my knees, then it could bring anybody to the knees.
Okay, but like, didn't he just say in the beginning of this video that he was the one who had to solve all his problems? He couldn't go to anyone to say his problems, and like, you have to keep all of your problems deep and repressed in yourself, and you can't talk about it to anyone.
Tyson Fury talk about it. I talk about it. Everyone tries to talk about it, and everyone says, men, you should talk more, talk to us. I try and encourage men to be strong. I say, listen, if you're depressed, you need to get in the gym. A strong body is a strong mind. I sit there And by using my lifestyle, which is an aspirational lifestyle that most men would love to have.
And by using my lifestyle where I just make a ton of money, like a ton of passive income, and I just sit on my ass and work out all day, which is really a good lifestyle to have.
Purely because of the finance, the cars, the freedom, etc. I encourage people.
The freedom of being exiled from the United States and Britain.
To work hard and try their best to become the best version of themselves. And men are encouraged to talk and open up. But when I talk and open up and get massive influence and start helping people, they're going to silence me. I've been nothing but a net positive for the world. That's truly how I view myself. And that's...
I've been a net positive for the world. Like, I have caused no suffering, no hardship. I have said nothing controversial in my life. I am just a net good. I am like Jesus. I am Jesus. This is my cross. I am T-posing.
It's absolutely and utterly the truth. However, I am very understanding of a changing social media landscape. And I'm also very, very understanding of my fame changing. And by extension...
He's just going in circles. He's like, I am the best person, but people are being mean to me. But I'm the best person and it doesn't affect me. And so I'm the best person, but people are being mean to me and it affects me. But it's just round and round and round and round and round. And I have not seen him make an actual good point about why he's banned, about other than people are lying about me and saying mean things. And they're doing it for themselves. They're not doing it for me. They're doing it for themselves.
Some responsibility to bear. I am a man who believes that he is responsible for everything. I think as a man, you should take complete responsibility for your entire reality.
Then say you fucked up. Then say I'm sorry. Then say I'm sorry. I fucked up. I shouldn't have said that. Take responsibility right now. He's not.
It doesn't matter if I'm struck by lightning. That is my fault. That's who I am as an individual, and it's been one of my keys to success, to never blame
bullshit,
luck, never blame anybody else, to only blame myself. So despite everything I've just said, I still blame myself. And because my rise has been so...
For the past 24 minutes, you have basically said that you blame people who have been reposting your stuff without asking you, just doing it willy-nilly and making up lies about you. And the media is super bad and they're making up lies about me. You have never once said, I am sorry, I caused this myself.
So meteoric, because I've become so famous so quickly, and because I've been producing content for so long.
He's been jerking himself off the entire video. He's just like... The entire video, and then him orgasming is saying like, and then people are mean to me.
Even though I take absolute responsibility, I'm in a difficult scenario where videos that were made 5 or 6 years ago in long form are now being cut into 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
Accelerated and purported now in line with my new line fame.
Yeah.
I can't stop that happening.
Right.
But I also understand I have a degree of responsibility, right?
Yeah, you
I'm
have
the most influential person
because you did say those things
on the planet. So my responsibility is to make sure that any kind of negative connotations in my messaging are removed.
So I will murder you all. I will come to your house and axe murder you all. Everyone who has said anything mean about me.
I want to stick to my message. I don't want to backtrack. I still want to champion men's issues. I still want to champion physical and mental strength. I still want to champion the protection of women. I still want to do that. However, I must be ultra aware of how I do that, because it would be unprofessional of me as a man.
So like, for example, say women are sluts, women are hoes. I should own women. Women don't, I don't need to respect women. Women should respect me. I can't respect them. That would be unbecoming of me as a man to say that stuff, because that's not really true, because men and women, they both need to be kind to each other to have fruitful, honest relationships.
And to sit and say that my messaging does not have to change in line with my fame. The way you can say things in a video that gets 500 views is very different than the way you can say things in a video that gets 500 million views or 50 million views. You have to change your messaging. The more people you reach, the more important it is that people do not take your things out of context, right? If 0.1% of people misunderstand you on a 500-person video, that will not have a large effect on the world.
it's crazy how, like, you know, people, like, there are some people that, like, don't get taken out of context. Crazy that they do that. It's almost like they don't say controversial things to begin with. And they don't say those types of things at all. And so that's how you just don't, that's how you avoid get taken out of context. You just don't say that stuff. Crazy. I know it's, I mean, I don't know how you could stop yourself from saying that type of stuff because it's so fun to say, obviously,
But if 0.1% of people misunderstand you on a video that has 50 million views, now you start to affect the world in a negative way. So I have to be very, very, very careful in line with my newfound fame. And it's difficult because in the world I'm in, if I sit down and do a 3-hour podcast, it's my job to be entertaining. And I want to give exciting answers and interesting insights. I think the reason people follow me is because I have a very firm understanding of the English language, a very good grasp of the way to construct sentences, how to be motivating, how to be compelling. And I do that on purpose. But it's also very difficult for me, regardless of my intellect, to now sit at a podcast, be interesting, be exciting, give a compendious and...
You know, it's really hard for me to do my job. You know, my job is really hard, guys. So have some compassion for me.
Concise answer. At the same time, be wary that in my 1-minute answer, at any point, 6 seconds worth of it can be taken, snipped, used against me, and weaponized. I don't know.
This is just him complaining about his life. This is just him being like, I've had a hard life. You know, it's really hard. You guys should feel really sorry for me because I've had a really hard life, honestly.
My mind can handle all those tasks at once. It's not very often I'm stumped, but that is becoming extremely difficult. And I'm sitting here thinking I've been offered massive podcast requests by the biggest podcasts in the world. And I'm thinking, how can I answer questions? How can I be a responsible adult? Because that's what I am. How can I be a professional? Take responsibility for my level of fame to make sure that nothing can be taken out of context, but still tell my truth and still answer the questions, but construct my sentences in a way where they can't be misrepresented at all.
God, that must be so hard. That must be really, really hard for you, Andrew. And I'm really sorry about that. You know, it really sucks that you say horrible fucking vile shit and you think horrible fucking vile shit, and so you have to police your thoughts and actions. Yeah. Kind of sucks.
And it's hard because I think any content creator who was suffering from what I've suffered from, if any content creator got as large as I was and there was as many people cutting up their videos as they were mine, and those people had a negative agenda, we could make Mickey Mouse look evil. You could make anyone look bad. I'm not saying...
PewDiePie literally lasted until the bridge. And he was the biggest content creator on YouTube for, 5 years before people just ass blasted him. So no. Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast has been on the top. Mr. Beast is arguably more famous than you are, and he has been at the top for so long, and people have tried to cancel him, most of which are unsuccessful.
I haven't given them ammo. Of course, there's been the odd clip that made it easy for them. I'm saying if their intentions were to be...
Yeah, of course, there was the odd clip where I said women are my property, but other than that...
As provocative and negative as possible. It can be done to anybody. And that's why now I need...
You could be canceled. They're coming for you.
To take a break from all the podcasts I've been invited on, especially since I've been banned. I've been invited on the largest platforms in the world. I've had 100,000 emails of support. All the media channels want to talk to me. And I'm sitting here thinking, I need to make sure I'm not misunderstood. And I have to really be careful about how I do that while not backing down on my messaging, while still championing the things I champion, still believing in myself, but making sure I'm not misunderstood. And although I think on the internet I am one of the most respected oratists that exist.
Dude, Jordan Peterson is way more respected than you will ever be. Which is crazy, because Jordan Peterson is not respectable in the slightest. And people worship Jordan Peterson.
I now need
people hate you.
To once again improve myself and improve my skills and prevent anybody being able to take me out of context. I might have to form a new way for sentences to be constructed. But if that's what it takes, that's what I intend to do. Because,
dude, I'm gonna have to redefine language for you guys to understand me. Because I'm the smartest man in the world. I'm smart, I'm cut, I got money. I'm just gonna have to, like, redefine the game, you know?
Because with great influence comes absolutely and utterly great responsibility. And I do understand that. And I will blame myself for the fact that people have managed to do this to me, regardless of the fact that I did not.
You don't blame yourself at all. You blame other people. You 100%. You're just saying that so you could get, like, clout. Like, that's insane that you are like, yeah, dude, I blame myself. Everything I've done, I blame myself.
So let me give a quick example of this. Before I continue, I want to say that I often speak to the absolute beauty of women. I have a very healthy relationship with my mother. I have women around me who truly and utterly love me. I have very healthy relationships with females. I have no criminal charges for crimes against females.
Yeah, but you have ongoing investigations. So basically the same thing. Let's be real here.
Nobody has come forward and accused me of sexual misconduct. Please understand, we'll go into the Romanian house raid shortly. But most people in my position of fame have had women come forward and say he raped me. I'm the most famous man on the planet. There's not a single female whose face...
I think because you, like, intimidate and harass them. Am I wrong? Like, I'm very much sure that you do very shady sketch stuff to make sure that those women do not... Because you were running, like... Weren't you running, like, a cam girl business and you didn't pay the women? I'm pretty sure I'm correct, right?
You can name, or whose face you can picture, that's come forward and said I've raped her. Not a single female has come forward saying I've hurt her. Not one. There's a video from 10 years ago that showed me in a sexual act with one of my ex-girlfriends.
Listen, hey, you stupid bitch. I didn't say the word listen. Did I say listen?
Hello everyone, I just wanted to say something about the video that's been released recently about me and my ex-boyfriend, Andrew Tate. Andrew is my still great friend. What you guys saw on the video, it's just what we used to do.
Behind her is Andrew Tate with a gun being like, you better say this shit. You better say it correctly. I didn't do anything to you. Whoops. Oh, yeah.
He's a great friend. What you guys saw on the video, it's just what we used to do. It was just pure game. He's a great guy. He would never hurt anyone. Unless he's fighting.
The left understand that kink shaming is a negative thing, from my understanding. She has come forward and said that it was all just a game. And still that video is being used and sent around the internet saying I'm a woman beater. If I said it was a game, and she said it was a game, who are other people to then comment on our lives?
All right, sure, but like you are under investigation for sex trafficking. Like, you can't just say I haven't been indicted for any crimes. But I am under investigation for crimes. Like, you have publicly said that you went to Romania because they're lax on rape charges. Publicly, in a public video that you posted. So you can't just sit there and be like, I have never committed any crimes against women. Because you definitely have.
Our private lives, which got leaked, and tell us it's not a game. It was between two consenting adults, and we decided to do something ourselves, and we both agreed it was fine. And she has not come forward trying to accuse me of anything.
Maybe that specific video, sure. But there have been other times with other females where you kept them locked against their will, you didn't pay them what they were owed, you scammed them out of money. Like, you also ran an MLM. Like, even if you didn't do that, you ran an MLM. You ran a scam.
So who are others to do that? That's just kink shaming. Which, that's all it is.
You guys are just kink shamers. You're kink shaming me. I didn't do anything wrong. Teehee, I didn't do any violence against women. You guys are kink shaming.
So no women are accusing me of anything. No women are accusing me of misconduct. I champion women all the time. I say about how they should be protected, how beautiful they are,
how they should be kept in the homes, how I need to have 80% of all the money they make, how misogyny kink. No, so he's basically addressing the rumors. Hi, I'm here for 2 seconds. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so basically he's addressing the rumors that there's a video that went out that showed him like abusing a girl, and he's basically saying that no, we were both consenting. It was just a sexual act. I was like both. It was all PG. Like we're all fine. It was fine. And but he is under investigation for sex trafficking in Romania, and he specifically said that in Romania they're very lax about rape charges, so that's why he went there.
How much I love my grandmother because of the amount of children she had. My grandmother.
I love my grandmother because she was a baby making machine. She was just popping them out like an oven, just.
I had 9 children because there was my father and 8 more. They all had a bunch of kids, blah, blah, blah. I stood there and I looked at my 93-year-old grandmother, and there was a whole room full with maybe 70 people that came from that one woman. Isn't that remarkable? Yeah, that nobody cared about her career. Nobody asked what job she did.
Nobody cared about her personality. Nobody cared about her. They only cared about the fact that she was a baby-making machine. Ooh, boy.
Nobody asked how many times she went to the club. Nobody asked if she had time to go to festivals. No. You had 70 sentient beings, including myself, full of life from one woman who dedicated herself to being a mother and a good wife. That is beautiful.
I talk about how women are unique and special, and they can do things that men can't do. And still these clips are taken out of context. Let me give you an example.
I absolutely not really love women. I have nothing against women. I believe women are the most precious things on the planet. They create life. They should be protected. They should be provided for. I would never let a woman pay for a bill. I would never let a woman, if someone touched any of my women, I would stand up against 10 men by myself and risk my life to protect her. I believe that women are beautiful creatures. I just don't think that they're as emotionally calm as men in stressful situations. I don't think they can fight like a man can. And for the same reason, I would never drop my children in an all-male nursery. I think that's...
So, like, I love women. I think they're protected, but I don't think they're as good as men. I think that women are inferior to men. So these clips that are out of context, like, I don't even know where they're coming from.
Strange and weird. I would only drop them in an all-female nursery. Women do certain things.
We need to segregate the sexes. Segregation has historically always worked. So it should work for men and women.
And men do certain things.
Now, I believe everything I said. I believe in protecting women. I believe in championing women.
Guys, they're taking me out of context, but I believe in everything I said.
I believe in making sure that women are provided for. However, that video was made when I was far less famous. In light of the things I just said to you earlier in this video, I understand that now, as my fame grows, even though...
Dude, that was made like 5 months ago. Like I bet you that was made... What was that podcast? Like the BFFs podcast?
And risk my life to protect her.
Yeah,
What's up, boys and girls? Welcome to the match. Like, you know, like, let's have a battle of, like, who's the queen of TikTok? Addison Rae and Charlie D'Amelio. That'd be nuts. Yeah. It's like...
For the school. I'm certainly not renting cars to try and convince people to sign up to my programs.
No, but I guess what I'm saying is...
In car. I believe that women are beautiful creatures. I think that's true.
Now, I believe everything I said. I believe in protecting women. I believe in... The video was made when I was far less famous. In light of the things I just said to you earlier in this video, I understand that now, as my fame grows, even though to me my message is very clear. A man has certain roles in society, a woman has certain roles in society, and when we work as a team, when we love each other, society is better as a whole. I think that these views are not very controversial at all. I think they were mainstream only a few years ago. I don't think that they're controversial. Most of the people I meet in the world don't think they're controversial. The women I hang around with don't think they're controversial.
That would have been embarrassing.
Nobody on the street I've ever met thinks they're controversial.
All right, bye-bye.
Everybody
Thanks
agrees
for
with
coming
me.
to the stream.
However,
Jay.
the way I'm saying it, the way I'm getting the message across, because I'm trying to be as energetic as possible, I understand that a small, tiny percentage of people might misunderstand me. And that didn't matter when I didn't have any views. I didn't have any followers. But now I'm the most famous man in the world. I have to be a lot more careful with how I say it.
He keeps saying, oh, I'm the most famous man in the world. 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 I don't think you're the most famous man in the world, my guy.
But what's really worrying is this. That clip, I would like to think, even my biggest haters can agree, is a clip that is positive about women as a whole.
No.
Perhaps you may not like my tonality or the way I structured certain sentences.
No.
But as a whole, I'm saying positive things about women.
Yeah, but you're saying they're inferior to men. Like, do you know, like, whatever.
At one point during that speech, I said women do certain things and men do certain things. That clip has been taken, that cut of my language, men do certain things, women do certain things. Somebody, I have no idea who.
But even with context, it still sounds bad. Like, yeah, I love women, but like men do certain things and women do certain things. That's like saying like, yeah, I love Jews, but like, you know, they always seem to be doing banking stuff. Like, you can't just say, oh, you know, I love this stuff, but like, they're kind of dirty. Like, you can't just say good stuff and then say racist stuff afterwards. It still makes it racist.
Has made a TikTok where it says men do certain things, and it shows videos of me driving around in cars, spending money, and women do certain things, and it shows women cleaning. Women do certain things, and men do certain things.
I love how it has no likes. It has no likes. That TikTok has no likes, and he's like, it probably does have likes, but he's just freaking out over something.
Somebody off their own back, somebody else has made that video. I didn't tell them to. I don't know who they are.
Welcome to the internet, numbnuts.
I don't know what their account is. It's just viral on the internet somewhere. And now I look like I'm saying women should only clean and men should only run around with cars and women and money. I didn't say that. I didn't say that at all.
What did
I
you
said
say?
that women should be protected and provided for. But because of...
But did you just... I didn't say that. I said women should be protected and provided for, and men, and you know, women, they also do certain things like cleaning, and they should be provided for. Like, you didn't say, oh, women should only clean and they should be lawyers. Then that would have been different. Then that would have been, oh, okay, fine. I guess, you know, they can clean and they can also be lawyers.
Small clip was taken out of context and used against me and weaponized. Now,
also, that TikTok had 0 likes.
Now I look like I've said things I did not say. And no matter how positive my message about women, if the intention is to try and make me look bad, even with a clip like that, they found a way to make me look bad. That's the scary thing. That's why I've titled this video My Final Message, because I don't know, even with my entire brain, I don't know with all of my genius intellect, if I can find a way for nothing to be used against me. It's extremely difficult. One line out of context has made me look bad, and millions of people saw that, and people didn't see the long format video, and they've deduced that I hate women and that women should only clean, when really I was trying to stick up for and protect women and give my true views on women.
Okay,
and
but
this
then,
comes full circle to the incident.
Can women be lawyers? Can women be doctors then? If you're saying, oh, well then they should only clean, and that they should be, but then you're saying, no, but I said women should be protected. Well, can you protect women, but also have them be, he's acting like this is some big gotcha, but it's not. He's just saying, oh, like women, it's like women be shopping, but also like they should be doctor, what?
Instagram ban. I am very understanding of why Instagram felt like it was necessary to ban me. I am not mad at Instagram. I'm a professional, and as a professional, I'm not an emotional person. I do not do emotional responses.
Because you have an iron will, and you're just mad at all the people who have been saying lies about you.
Although I believe it's unfair, although I believe I've been unfairly vilified, although I believe it's not the right thing to do because
I love it when he's basically just he's grasping at straws because it's like, oh, people are taking me out of context. And then he shows a clip that barely takes him out of context. Maybe it leaves out that he says, I love women, I want to protect them. But they should be in the kitchen. But I need to protect and provide for them while they're in the kitchen. Oh my God, that's because it really does show that nothing he said has really been taken out of context because, we can everything he said is just, it's really easy to just not take it out of context and just lay it as it is. Because how can you fix something that's perfect? How can you fix something that's racist and sexist and it's perfect?
It doesn't allow me to shift the public consciousness in a constructive manner. Although I think it would have been better for them to say, Andrew, certain things are being taken out of context. You need to be careful that doesn't happen. A lot of people listen to you. And I could have become a champion for women's rights. I am not emotional. I understand why they did it.
Women are emotional. Those are the people that are emotional. I'm not.
Because that's a perfect example of how people are desperate to try and make the things I say look worse than they are. And using social media platforms to purport negative views of women. And it doesn't matter if it's a negative view of a woman, negative view of men, negative view of a sexuality. It doesn't matter what it is. It should be stopped. I agree with that.
So he's agreeing that he should have been banned.
And Instagram or Meta have a responsibility to show that they are listening to the public. They want to show that they're listening.
He's basically just said yeah, I get why I'm banned. But it shouldn't be banned, guys. Stop clipping out of context stuff.
I have some good people on the case and dialogue with Instagram I would like to open, and we'll proceed as God sees fit. If God believes that I do not need an Instagram page, then I will not have one. If God believes that I do, then I should.
Why is he being this weirdo religious bent? Probably because now that the women content have dried up, he needs to go to God. Because that's where the content is.
Ciao. This is not just about Instagram. This is just me saying to Instagram that I totally understand. I just wanted to make it clear that I didn't want these things to be said. That clip of the cleaning and me being taken out of context has no benefit for me. Everyone dislikes me on the internet. Certain people watch it and know it's not true. The ones who've watched the longer format stuff of my videos and they're fans of mine, fine. So certain people remain neutral because they know it's false. But people who don't then dislike me. My family gets death threats. I get death threats. Hate is spread online. There's no benefit for me. If I could stop that happening, I absolutely would. Which is why I want to adjust my messaging and adjust the way I talk. I don't want that to happen. That doesn't help me. I would love for that to never happen. And Instagram think the way for that to stop happening is to ban me.
Good.
I agree it should stop happening, but I don't think banning me is the answer.
I think it should stop it happening, so just stop saying that stuff. Problem solved.
Because there will always be someone else. And there will be a new hate positivity via social media. My Instagram had no infringements. That was the only anti-policy things on the page, things targeted against me. And I didn't really complain to Instagram because I wasn't taught as a person to go complain to
Andrew Tate is a
authority.
positively inspirational, motivating
That's how it
person.
Works. Just ignore it. Don't worry about it. Soon the truth of your heart and your character will come
coupled
through.
with my sharing,
soon people will see the
makes
light.
me a fear.
And they'll change because that's the way the world is.
People often flip-flop on issues. This is
Even
how
though I
things
disagree
happen.
with Tate, I was
The
a fan. I
redemption
am a fan.
arc
As a
is
woman, I
gonna be
want to
beautiful.
share how Tate
I really
influenced
truly
me.
believe
I did not know
that
how
within a few years, people are going to understand that
me
I'm a force for good in the world.
and see him as the prize.
And
I'm motivated to improve myself
often,
and work out hard.
people say,
I don't think you're actually a woman.
well, don't have Tate as a real male role model. There's better ones.
Brave and not to run so.
Where are they?
Pity.
There are no other male role models. Because to inspire the youth of men, you need to be aspirational. They have to look at you and want to be
Don't
like
quote
you.
a
And there's no other
Roman,
male
my
role
fucking
models that have
God.
had the tenacity or the aggressiveness to have such a fantastic life as I have, that they're going to listen to me. They
Was
listen to me
kinda
because of my authority. And my
depressed.
authority comes from my life experiences.
But listening to
If
it
my
actually
mentality
helped
is
me.
so wrong, how have I managed to amass enormous wealth? How have I managed to amass huge social status? How have I managed to physically dominate the planet? I've done things that men respect and they look up to me. So that's why I can lead them. And I understand my messaging should change in light of the fact that I can be taken out of context. But me...
I understand that I should stop saying sexist stuff because it'll get taken out of context, you know? Like, I can't just say that women are inferior to men anymore because then people will clip it and it'll get like 0 likes on a TikTok, so.
Me being alive on the internet will allow me to lead men in a very positive direction. Banning me and deleting me leaves a black hole where they say there'll be another masculine leader. But the men don't listen. The youth of today won't listen to anybody else. That's the reason I'm the most famous man on the planet.
No, they'll listen to someone else. They'll listen to someone else. Don't stop jerking yourself out.
Because none of these other people have the authority to affect them like I do. It's me here where I explain that the things I've said have been taken out of context.
Against charities which support women against domestic violence. Yeah, people were clowning on him because it says, like, which support women against whatever. Like, that's the wording's weird because it reads like women who are like, you know. I will donate significant funds to charities which help men with mental health issues. I support men and stick up for them, and the haters and liars think this means I hate women. No, we can both win. People need support. We can support men and women. Top Chi has kindness for all. I mean, like... It's so weird, because why do you have to be like, I'm donating to both charities? Take that, haters.
I dislike women. I think that men are underrepresented in the world today. And as people often say, men need to speak up. I'm here speaking for the men.
Dude, men, they're underrepresented in the world. Like, oh yeah, men are really underrepresented, huh? I guess I should just go in a Valorant lobby and just talk. And then see who talks back. Maybe then I'll see that it's just going to be all women. And then maybe I'll go to like a UN conference, you know. And I'll just, you know, count how many men and women I see. And then I'll go to Congress and, you know, see how many men or women I see. Because men, you know, they're not a lot of men in today's society. They're not really speaking out.
I'm here trying to speak up. People are speaking up because of me. We're raising important issues in the world today because of me. Deleting
God, I hate how all of these
is only going to hurt
leave
men
a
as a
dislike.
whole and
A dislike
increase
for the
all the
road.
problems we see with the youth of the men today. So I put a post up and I said, listen, people misunderstand me. I'm going to donate money to a female charity that supports women.
Yeah, I mean, this is just like... It's just him going around and around in circles. Honestly, I'm just so bored. I've reacted to this. Oh my god, I've streamed for like 3 hours. My god. That's like 3 times longer than I normally stream. Anyways. Well, I guess my final thoughts are that this video is fucking bullshit. I think he knows he kind of deserves everything that was given to him, but this video is kind of like... Actually, I don't think he does. And I think his mindset, he's desperately trying to, like, rationalize and, like, think of himself as not the victim here. Which... No, as the victim. Sorry. He's trying to think of himself as the victim, which... He is the victim. No, he's not the victim. Fuck. No, sorry. He's trying to think of himself as the victim, which he's not. Like, he's the person who's been saying hateful stuff, and then he's like, oh, people have been taking me out of context. Like... the context that you gave, you're grasping at straws here, really. Like everything, he's like, oh, people are like the only critique, the only reason that he justifies his actions is that he says, oh, people are mean to me. So that means that kind of gives me free license to be a dick. Or, you know, my father, he was kind of tough on me growing up, and I have a lot of problems. So I kind of, you know, that's why I do what I do. I'm so sorry, you know, everyone who I've fucked over. And also, I didn't commit any crimes. 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 So, you know, it's just, it's a lot of bullshit. And, yeah. Anyways, well, peace out. Thank you all. Bye. Oh, and wear your seatbelts. Don't kill anyone. Don't commit sex crimes. Don't